Joe. That ain't good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wake up! Stop this one!
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Happy Wednesday. Oh, yeah. We're here, T-Bone and Tyvis with you. You can hop in our YouTube chat. It's always lively in the mornings. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, and you will find it there. You can also tweet at us, at Bone and Tyvis 971. Tyvis, we got a package in the mail. You got a package in the mail.
I have the package.
Look at that.
I can't believe that he actually sent this.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was trolling in the chat when he said, I got a package coming your way. He was dead serious.
Oh, I don't doubt our listeners when they tell us they're going to do something. This is Amish, who is one of our listeners. I mean, he was always on with
Cat AJ in the chat.
Yeah, he was always on with Man and Bone back in the day, and he's on here now joining us, so we like that. He came to the station once and dropped off bourbon for me.
Oh.
Yeah, nice bourbon.
Oh, you're a bourbon guy.
I love a bourbon.
Must be nice.
Yeah, Bodie, it is nice to drink bourbon.
It was a guy that we know and a regular listener because there was one time a package got dropped off at this building a few months ago. We had to clear out the building.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We are kind of, so we'll open this live on the air if anyone
Could be the last thing we do.
Well, we may all have to go out to the garage and broadcast from there like we did in the afternoons when that happened. Dear God, that was a day.
I forgot all about that.
Someone opened a package. There was stuff in it. They had to clear the building. Yeah. I think they called law enforcement.
What a time.
Oh, and then we were all sitting in our cars.
I think it was Rothman and Ice.
Yeah, they were on the air.
Yeah.
They were on the air.
And they said that I think Matty Ice just sprinted out of here without AR. And AR tried to stay and tell people what was going down. But Matty Ice was out of here.
Well, they came in. It was funny because the TV guys came through and they were like, "Got to clear the building," and they just said that. And Dom was sitting over where he sits in our building, which is near where all the radio people sit, away from most of the TV people. And Dom just kind of was like, what? Like, huh? We have to clear the building. There was no further information given. It was just, you need to get out of here now. We all have to leave the building. And we're all sitting here going, yeah, but not us, not the radio.
That's what he said. That's
not that people have to be on the air.
People be like, that doesn't apply to me.
Well, like with a snow emergency, when they have 3 feet of snow and it's like, oh, level 3, no one go out. It's illegal. They'll arrest you if you drive. Not for you radio people, though. You have a public duty. You are a public servant. You have a informational job that will allow people to know things. And so we're technically supposed to come in even if there is 3 feet. Now, if we can't get here, we can't get here. But we can tell a police officer if they ask, like, why are you out driving, and say, oh, I work for a media company, I'm heading to my on-air job, they'll say, okay, well, go ahead, and they'll let you go. So that's where when they said clear the building, I'm like, yeah, but not us. That's not for, like, the on-air people. It turns out it was. Everyone had to leave, including Rothman and Ice, who were on the air.
Which is that part still gets to me. Like, I don't know. I'd have told T-Bone, I'd have been like, you know what? I'm staying.
Well,
somebody needs to be here to tell the story.
I mean, that's one. That's true. But they were going through the whole building trying to figure out whatever was going on here. So it was, I guess they had to clear the building for law enforcement and everybody else to go through and make sure everything was okay. But yeah, it was what a time, because we had to figure out how to broadcast from a shed out on the back of the property where they had a bunch of equipment, but everybody's trying to like plug stuff in. And then everybody got out there and realized, oh, we don't have half the stuff we need. Yeah. It's all in the building that we just left. Yes. So that was also interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad that I worked 6 to 8 that night. So it was all figured out by the time I got here that I didn't have to worry about that. But you brought up media. Like you said, you was talking to the police. You say, I work for the media. They let you through. It made me remember something. This is very important. Yeah. Last week, my mother sent me a picture of my mail that goes to her home.
Yeah.
And it tells me that I have jury duty.
Oh.
Now, the problem is, there's 2 problems. 1, it's in Cleveland. 2, I work in the media, so therefore I cannot do that.
You know what? I had jury duty a few years ago.
Did you couldn't go?
Well, it was in Marysville, which is where I live.
Yes.
So I was Union County. I was, I would be happy to serve and do that.
Yeah.
But I did write the judge a letter saying, this is my primary source of employment. It is a job where I do have to be on the air every day. If I'm not on the air, eventually they will say, all right, we'll find someone else. So because of all those factors, I would prefer not to do this if I don't have to. Mm-hmm. And thankfully they said, yeah, you're fine. You don't have to come in. So that was good.
All of the people, this is the only time that I will proudly say that I work in the media. This is it. This is the one time.
Proud. You should be proud you work in the media. It's a fine job to have.
No. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
I'm a media man. I'm a media member. That's what I will say. For the first time, when it comes to this, I'm a media member.
Tyvis Powell, the media man. That's what we're calling him. That's right. Bodie, we're always going to call him that, the media man.
I'm not a media member.
Oh, you're a media man. You are the media man.
To this day, I am. For this one particular day, I'm a media member.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's fine. We're here for you to help you.
Thank you.
Although you're going to have a tough time with that judge, because when I wrote my letter, I was being honest. I said, this is my primary source of employment. I mean, this is what I do. It supports my family. You've got like 18 jobs. So he'll be like, well, which one are you trying to get out of? You can't do that one. You got other jobs. Who cares? Get over here. Do your jury duty. They'll have you back.
You know what I'll
Football
say?
season doesn't start till September.
You know
this will be over by then.
I will talk about this I'll talk about the whole trial on the air.
I don't think I can be unbiased, Your Honor. I think I've already formed. That's my job, is to form opinions. I've already formed one.
I'm in the chat on all these shows, so then they'll put their opinions in there and it'll sway me. So therefore, I think it's best that I just don't even partake in this one.
You ever watch the movie Runaway Jury?
No.
That's a good one. That is a good.
Is it better than Burn After Read It?
Did you watch that?
I did not,
okay.
But I am doing it. I'm doing it today or Friday.
Runaway Jury is about it's a movie where John Cusack is the main guy and he's trying to get on a jury for a specific trial.
He wants to.
And then once he's in, he basically tries to get both, because there's, the defense and the prosecutor, and they're both trying to work this case. And he decides, I'm going to try to get each of them to pay me money to sway the verdict. And they're like, you can't do that. You're one guy. And then he starts getting stuff done on the jury, and he gets them to say the Pledge of Allegiance during the, trial. And they're like, see, this is a sign. He can do it. He can sway this jury either way. And so he plays them against each other to get millions of dollars. It's a thriller. It's a fun movie.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it.
What's crazy is it probably goes on. Probably really goes on.
Oh, do people do that?
Yes.
I'm guessing someone has at some point. But the movie is, it's a little unbelievable, right? Because it's the amount of technology they have to try to it's bizarre. But I enjoyed this movie a lot. You should definitely check it out.
What do you say it's called?
Runaway Jury.
Runaway Jury.
John Cusack.
I'll have to definitely put that one in the bank. But
it's good.
T-Bone, I got to say this too. My day started off bad. And usually I'm one of those guys, if it starts bad, it ends bad. Today.
What happened?
So you know how you drive down a road and it ain't got lights, so it's kind of dark on the road?
Yes, I'm aware of driving in the evening. Yes, or in the early morning in our case. Yeah, I'm aware of darkness on the roads.
Well, it was a dead animal on the road, and I kind of didn't see it, so I kind of ran over it a little bit.
Oh.
Well, it turns out it was a skunk. So now my tire smells like a skunk.
Well, that means your car's going to smell like a skunk.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
So I need to get this situated.
You need to go to a car wash.
Is that all I need to do to get rid of the smell?
I don't know. I know that you have a dog, and you get if a dog or an animal that you have gets sprayed by a skunk, you got to give it a bath in tomato juice and
so I need to go
apple cider vinegar and all this stuff.
I need to go to the store and get a jug of apple cider vinegar and just throw it on the tire. Because this smell.
Honey, is that national champion Tyvis Powell? Why is he dumping apple cider vinegar on his car? I don't know, honey. It must be an athlete thing. I have no idea.
T-Bone, I had to smell it the entire way up here.
Oh gosh!
I was thinking,
and now it's just
out
sitting
there,
out there,
just marinating.
And it's gonna be nice and sunny today.
It's marinating right in the tire right now. Yeah.
There are gonna be people who park next to you, and they're gonna go, "What the hell?"
I think Tito and Bobby right is next.
Right. They're just going to walk out. Well, they get done an hour before we do, so they're going to go out there and be like, what is happening?
Well, we might have a meeting, so you never know.
I forgot. You can't even get it clean because we have a meeting after the show. The meeting where they tell us we're fired. And it's been fun. Good working with you, Tyvis. We've had a good run so far. All right, we will open up Amish's package, which may or may not be laced with cocaine or other things. I don't know. We'll open that. We got other stuff to get to. Battle for Ohio went really well for you yesterday.
Really?
No, I'll save that. I'm not going to get to that right now.
Really, Tebow?
No. I do have good news for a former Buckeye. We'll get into that when we come back. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are noticing one crash to kick off your Wednesday commute. This one happening just south of the downtown area and north of Berliner Park. Expect some lane closures on 71 ramp north to 70 eastbound because of a crash in this area. The road is open this morning. Not really seeing any delays, though. Could change, though, as more people head out on the roads. Take it nice and easy. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Summer is officially here, and so are the rising temperatures. Before you know it, you'll be wondering what else you can do to keep cool during the dog days of summer. You want to beat the heat and keep the AC in your home? Get Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. During their semi-annual sale, you can buy 4 windows and get 4 windows free. Plus a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows, and no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments until 2027. So how exactly do they keep their prices affordable? It's a great question. Window Nation works directly with the top window manufacturers in the country, which means all their windows are assembled right here in the USA. Plus, their windows come with a lifetime warranty, so you'll keep saving long into the future. Window Nation's semi-annual sale ends soon. So buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free, and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows, plus pay nothing until 2027. Schedule your estimate right now, 866-90-NATION, or visit windownation.com. Once again, that number, 866-90-NATION, or go to their website, windownation.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at RCDRV.com.
We've all got it, you know, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I would know. I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone letting you know that Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin has everything you need for your backyard this summer. They've got a huge selection of poly outdoor furniture built to last, never needs refinished, perfect for the lazy among us. Want to get the kids outside? Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings has quality built play sets that you can configure any way you like. Plus, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is your trusted source for Weaver Barnes in Central Ohio. Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin or online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. And of course, tell them T-Bone sent you.
Rothman and Ice.
Your front office has the ability to maneuver these numbers around. Cap space is a thing, but sometimes the way it looks on paper, it's not as concrete as it may seem.
That's it. Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
No one knows better than a mom what's right for our kids. But with so many apps and devices, protecting them feels harder than ever. My name is Emily. My husband and I have 3 kids and we live in Strongsville. Ohio needs to act and put parents back in charge by passing a common sense law to require app stores to get parental approval before children download apps.
By requiring parental consent and age verification in the App Store, parents will have a simple, secure, and reliable way to choose what's best for their own kids. That's why Ohio's Fraternal Order of Police and the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation both support this common sense approach.
With one clear place to approve the apps they use, Ohio can put parents back in charge.
Tell your state legislators to pass the App Store Accountability Act now. Learn more at owlr.org. Paid for by Ohio Women Lead Right.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
There will be some hazy skies continuing from the wildfire smoke, but mostly clear skies to start, giving way to a sunny day with our afternoon highs soaring in the mid to low 80s. Mostly clear skies tonight with lows down into the 60s, and then for Thursday, mostly sunny yet again, and even warmer as highs soar to right around 90 degrees, so don't forget the sunscreen. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Coming up later on the show, we have our first guest of the show on today. I'm excited for that.
I am too.
We have our gal, Heather Dinich, going to join us from ESPN. We'll talk about some of the fallout from all the House ruling, which, by the way, I heard Man and Timmy talking about this. Timmy Hall brought up an excellent point. The House settlement with the NCAA, that whole thing. I think a lot of people, I was one of them when it first broke, when I heard about that, I thought it was like the House of Representatives, like the Congress had made laws, and then it was like House versus NCAA. No, there's a swimmer who's named House. Like that's his last name.
I didn't know that.
It is. It's like a guy.
Okay. So you learned something. Yeah, I was with you.
I don't remember his first name, and I'm not going to because I don't care. But
he's a hero. What are you talking about?
In
the student athlete world, this guy is a hero.
Probably so. We probably will have to learn his name, I guess, but I don't. Not right now. I didn't learn it. Anyway, so we'll talk with Heather Dinich coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. That should be fun. We also have the huddle coming up at 7 a.m. So we'll get into stuff there as well. Some NFL conversation there. Speaking of the NFL, J.K. Dobbins, former Buckeye, signed a deal with the Broncos. 1-year contract, up to $5.5 million if he hits all the incentives. So let him live on that. I didn't understand why he didn't get comeback player of the year, but
who got it?
Joe Burrow. It's like, come on. Joe Burrow's coming back. Joe Burrow's coming back from something every year.
Wait a minute. Are you serious right now?
I'm pretty sure that happened. That he was a finalist, and Burrow's the one who got it.
You don't think Joe Burrow should have gotten it?
Don't you think that the guy who's been sidelined with like an ACL and an Achilles and everything else that J.K. Dobbins has done, don't you think he gets a little bit more than that?
I think that they were mad that he wasn't able to make the playoffs. And he's had one of his best seasons ever. So I think they kind of wanted to.
Yeah, he had a great year, but I don't know.
And he plays, I don't know, the most important position in football.
I know. That's it. It's always, see, Tyvis, you love the quarterbacks. I stick up for everybody else. I don't think it should be just the quarterback.
I don't love, I stick up for the DB. I am a defensive back apologist.
Yeah, as you should be. So anyway, J.K. Dobbins had a nice season last year. He and Harbaugh, apparently he decided, Jim Harbaugh was like, I can't have an Ohio State guy. I mean, both Harbaugh brothers had him, right? Because he was with the Ravens too. And they both obviously thought he did a good job, but not good enough for him to stick with San Diego. Or Los Angeles now. God, the Chargers, what I'm trying to say. But anyway, JK now with the Broncos. I'm rooting for him. You know what? I hope he does well. I hope the Broncos, they've been better, obviously. But now they got him into the mix. That should be a good deal for him.
I think that because I think they lost Javonte Williams, if I remember correctly. I think
you're right.
I think he's gone. So they needed a veteran because I know they took the R.J. Harvey from UCF in the second round. But I think you kind of need that veteran in there. They got Bodie's boy, Estime? The running back from Notre Dame.
Audric Estime is in Denver there.
Yeah, so they got him. So that's their big power back. But J.K. Dobbins, when healthy,
he
is an explosive athlete. I mean, last year, at the beginning of the year, was with the Chargers. He looked like he was all the way back. I think he was leading the NFL in rushing yards at one point in time early in the season, and it kind of just fell off. So he's got to be able to put together a full season, which is hard coming back from some of those injuries that he's had, which is why I think it's great to pair him with a rookie like R.J. Harvey. And I think he'll be a very productive back. I think he can still make some big splash plays when they need him, but he doesn't have to be the bell cow back anymore. You got the rookie for that.
There you go. Kari Wilder is a guy who is a recruit. He is from Gardena, California. Gardena, California? I'm not sure how you say that. Anyway, 6'4", 260 defensive lineman. He is a 2026 guy. And just last night, maybe you didn't hear about this yet, it was like late last night, it was announced that he has decided to come to The Ohio State University to play his football next year. So, 2026 recruit, like I said, 6'4", 260. He chose Ohio State over UCLA, Washington, and Notre Dame. Oh,
look at
you
that.
hate to see. You just hate
Probably
to see
a
that.
bust. If we're just being honest, I've never heard this kid until you just said his name, but in my expert opinion, he's probably a bust.
That's right.
Well, he's got the intangibles. You say 6'4", 250, you say?
260.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of what you want.
He's a 4-star guy, so he's got another season of high school football to play. Maybe he'll turn into a 5-star guy. You never know.
I hope he signed his NIL deal before.
Oh, yeah. Well, he can't sign it because he's not even here yet. It's not until 2026. So he's in the new class.
See if he can enroll now.
That
so
is,
he can get his deal done now.
Well, he's gonna have to skip his high school senior year then to do it. I don't know if you can reclassify this late in the season in the whole
that's like
thing. I don't know.
That's like the new trend now. Just reclassify.
I still don't know. I mean, I know that it happens. I know
Sonny Styles did it. I think is he the latest and only?
Oh, I can't remember who. There's probably been someone else who did it since then. But having a daughter now who is headed into high school, because they have all the credits that you have to take, they tell you, like, this is what your kid has to do to get done with high school.
Yep.
And I have heard from some parents who have kids older than mine who said, oh, yeah, by like their junior year, they had 2 credits they had to get, and they knocked those out in the first semester or whatever.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, so you were done with all the necessary schoolwork in your junior year?
Technically, yeah. When my senior year, all I had to do was take an English class and I had to take swimming.
Well, then that's how you can reclassify.
Well,
See,
I didn't reclassify.
No, but I've just always wondered how they do that. And it's like, well, I don't have any credits left to take, so I can just hop into another class.
Yeah,
if I
it's
want to.
actually kind of weird because it's like I'm thinking like I got a normal schedule like everybody else. And yeah, after my junior year, they was like, yeah, you only need 2 classes. And I'm like, the same thing happened to me when I got to Ohio State. I'm thinking I'm just taking a normal college workload. Well, apparently I've been taking 1 or 2 extra classes a semester.
Okay.
So like I look up as a junior. Yeah, as a junior, and they like, well, you only need 1 semester.
Oh.
So I'm like, really? Like, okay. So I took that, and once I graduated before the season, I graduated in the spring, May 2015. So my last season at Ohio State.
There you go.
What you basket weaving.
Man, imagine, Tyvis, imagine if you had just gone there and said, you know what, I need to, can I get an extra year? Because I didn't really get my schoolwork done as quickly as I needed to. I should have redshirted and all this other stuff. And then could have played in 2016.
Stop that. Why would you bring that up? Why would you bring that?
See, this is why it pays to be a slacker. If you had been a slacker, you could have been raking in who knows how many thousands of dollars.
Actually, all I had to do was listen to Coach Meyer. That's the only thing I had to do.
Oh, yeah?
Coach Meyer was adamant about me not going to the NFL. He was very adamant that I should not go to the NFL, and I should have listened to him.
Well, now in hindsight.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it didn't matter for anything else outside of this moment right now. That's the only reason.
Can I ask, like, because I don't know how it works for every individual, but you're an individual who did have to make that choice.
Yes.
What all, I mean, is it just like a lot of us who didn't play think, oh, well, yeah, you go to the NFL, you get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there were NIL, you would have probably stuck around another year, do you think? Being the national champion, all that? Do you think you would have, or would you have said, no, my dream is to go to the NFL. I've always wanted to do that. The opportunity's here. I'm going to leave.
Well, my situation was different. I think I could have stuck around, if NIL was a thing. My situation was I had family things going on that I had to take care of some certain people. So, like, I had to get up out of there to be able to provide for certain people in my family that made some some bad choices. But that was the reason why I had to leave. So, but if NIL was a thing, then technically I could still take care of them and still be in college. So it could have changed things.
Man, this is what I always think people who do my job don't understand. Our job is like they look at a guy and go, well, that guy, he might be this round pick or that. Why is he leaving? And it's like, well, because there's a million other factors to it. One could just be, I want to play in the NFL. And college is great, but it's the NFL and they're telling me I could make a team. Well, I want to go. I want to start my career.
T-Bone, I did the whole exercise before I left. It was actually Greg Schiano that told me. He was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go talk to some GM buddies and I'm gonna get a grade on you and I'm gonna tell you what round they think you should go.
Yeah.
He came back. He said, Tyvis, I talked to 5 GMs. 4 of them said you was going in the 3rd. The other one said 5th. He said, if you like that, you could go ahead and go. I said, that's cool with me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's make $0 or make whatever that is.
I'm telling you.
So I was gone. I had graduated. I was a captain. We won a natty. Like, where do you want me to
I did everything I wanted to do here. And now, I mean, I can never tell anybody to stay in college because I left after 1 year to go pursue radio. So, like, I had a job in radio, and it was like, well, why am I going to school for radio when I have the job already? Yeah. And then it was a very poorly thought out choice on my end. I wouldn't tell my kids to do that now, but it has worked out. I'd lucked into a few jobs here and there, and I've stayed in the business. But like, yeah, I could never look at someone and say, oh, you should stay for your senior year. No, if you've got an opportunity, you want to take it. I totally understand why people do that. I have no room to talk on it. So I just always enjoy knowing the process.
After 1 year, I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. This is not for me. This is not for me. I had fun, but yeah, this is too much work. I got too much unnecessary.
Now you can just focus on football.
Correct.
Right. And then after that, you can focus on working with me.
Really changes things. You know, when you get to the NFL and you realize like you don't have that school part anymore, it's a whole new world.
Oh, where it's just
football,
watch film, eat right, and do all the stuff you're supposed to do to get ready for.
Stressed out about a test or a paper that you got to write. Oh, it's a whole new world.
It's like a whole distraction over here where you're like, yeah, I really want to get to football, but I have to go do this pesky school thing. I'm telling you, at some point we're going to get there where they're just going to be like, yeah. They go to college.
Maybe they're going to give them an option. You can come and we can give you just some money and not have school, or we can give you the scholarship and not give you.
I've never understood. I don't know why they don't say, if education matters so much, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a 4-year scholarship for you away so that when you're done playing football, you can come back when you're 35 or 40 if you want to, and actually take the classes that by that point you're more mature, you're older in your life, and you say, I need this skill set because I want to go into business or I want to do something else, and now I have some money. I want to go take these classes.
That majority of people are not going to come back and go to school.
But that's fine, but it's there. Or you know what? It's transferable to your kid. If you want to, we have a scholarship for your kid if they want it because you've earned a scholarship.
I'll take that deal.
Exactly. Why don't we do that? If that's what's so important about this, we know what the deal is when you're playing football. That's the priority, or basketball. Why don't we leave it for someone to use later on when it would actually make more sense? That's a story for another time. Next, it's Clip That. We're going to play some audio that I know Tyvis is really excited about. It involves his Guardians and Jose Ramirez. He loves it so much. We'll do it in 2 minutes. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Wednesday. Well, for folks over in the Blendon Township area, we do want to let you know about 2 ramp closures that are going to be starting tonight. The first one, State Route 161, that westbound ramp to 270 southbound will be closed. The other one, Sunbury Road ramp to 270 southbound. It is part of a widening project that will be going on starting tonight, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. A great detour for you. Just continue 161 westbound to 270 northbound. Hop on to State Route 3, exit off there, then hop back on to 270 southbound. Should save you a little bit of time later tonight. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Rates as low as 5.54% APR and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York. You've probably heard of speed dating, but what if there was something similar for hiring, especially if you're running a growing business? There is Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You can post your job today and talk to interested qualified candidates tomorrow. Simply select a time, and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you'd like to connect with and meet and greet people through back-to-back video calls starting as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh, my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400 with the Prime Sports Ohio app.
Last night, battle for Ohio. The Reds have taken up to last night, 4 of the 4 available games against the Guardians in this series this season.
What's wrong with you?
Jose Ramirez steps to the plate and smacks a vicious line drive out to right field. But that's when Jake Fraley stepped in.
Line to right, long run for Fraley. On the dive, takes it away! Goodness, did you see that? Perfectly timed, full extension! 10 out of 10, Jake Fraley. Oh, wow. Even Fraley is pumped on that one. That was one heck of a play. All out, full dive. Lay it all on the line. Push all your chips in, baby. Nice play.
It was okay.
Could you have made that play?
It was all right. The play was just okay. You know,
it seems like a play that a guy like you said you could steal a base in Major League Baseball. Tracking a fly ball seems like something you could do well, given you played in the secondary, and that's part of your job. I don't know if you could have got the jump on that one, but that was
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
The hardest thing would be trying to rob a home run because that's all like timing and all those things. But like if you got the wheels to make it there, I think you can. I think you got good hand-eye coordination that you'll be able to lay out and be able to get it done. It was a great play by him. I mean, it's of course. Of course, when it's against the Guardians and it's a great hit that's going to help the Guardians try to win a game, of course somebody's going to lay out and make a great play like that. I don't know what the Reds got going on, but if they played every team like they played the Guardians, they'd be in the World Series this year. It wouldn't even be close. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I got to hear Baker play this terrible song harassing me every day about this. We can't get one. I think I told somebody if we got swept in the series, in both series, that I'd have to wear a Reds cap. And I went about one game away.
You've got 12:40 today is the start of the broadcast. You can hear that on ESPN Columbus.
They're not going to do me like that, are they?
97.1 The Fans HD2.
They cannot. Like, this is a new low. If they
They've
just
lost
get swept,
5 out of 5. They've had 5 games. They've lost all 5 of them. Last night was a 1-0 loss.
By them, and like that's embarrassing, man. Like, and this Guardians team is terrible to watch right now. Like they ain't got no sticks. We losing 1-0. Like this is
Reds fans know nothing about losing 1-0. To be fair, I mean the Reds have had those issues. Although if I'm not looking at the standings wrong, and I don't think I am, Guardians are 34-32. That's a .515 winning percentage. The Reds are 35-33. Also, that works out to a .515 winning percentage. So today, I mean, whoever wins this game today, obviously the Ohio Cup already goes to the Reds. They've already won that this year. It's done and dusted. But today, whoever wins this game will emerge with the better record, which is, I don't think most fans of baseball would have looked at the Guardians and the Reds and said by mid-June, the Reds would have a better record than the Guardians, but we could be there after today. I just think that's notable. Doesn't mean anything about playoff chances, all that stuff. They're in different divisions, different leagues. It's a whole lot more going into it. But
the Guardians is all Cleveland sports teams right now. It's just the Cavs was the best shot. Usually the Guardians come through and they give you something solid, but this year they just hitting. You want to talk about hitting the baseball? We cannot do it.
No,
we cannot do it this year.
Guardians are 9 games back in the Central right now. The Reds are 6.5 back, which feels right, but the Guardians being 9 back they've earned it. That's you can say that.
So any good time.
Hey, you know what? Our friend Amish sent us something in the mail. Maybe this will change the luck for the Guardians. This could be it. This could be the thing that changes your luck today.
I need to put this on.
This is
put this on today.
What did he send you?
Emmanuel Clase.
Yeah, got a nice Emmanuel Clase jersey right there.
The closer.
They had this as a giveaway at the game, so now you own that.
Look at that.
That's pretty. I like it.
I haven't had a jersey in quite some time.
Well, you had a basketball jersey on yesterday.
Baseball.
What did I say? No, you haven't had a baseball jersey in a while. Yeah,
I don't even know the last baseball jersey.
Was it yours?
I think I got a blank Cleveland one.
Oh, what kind? Like the regular ones, or did you get one of those City Connects?
No, just a regular one. Yeah. I wasn't cool enough for the Connect.
You got to do the City Connect. I got Ted a City Connect jersey. Panama Ted was one of my parting gifts.
Reds?
He's a Reds fan. I got him a Reds jersey. I'm not getting him a Guardians jersey. Why would I get him that? He doesn't want that. You're sitting around saying how much he liked the City Connects.
Bodie said that if I got him an Ohio State shirt, he'd wear it.
Bodie, is that true? If we got together,
I don't remember saying that.
That's what you said. I said if I went over to EQ and got you a shirt, would you wear it? You said yes.
What is EQ?
Equipment man. People at Ohio State.
Sorry, I don't live in EQ world. And EQ for me is equalizers.
Those of us who don't live in the Must Be Nice land call that the Woody Hayes Athletic Center, I think. But people like
Tyvis. Is that how it works? Do you just walk in? You're just like, oh yeah, hey, national champion on site here. I'd like to. Where's the room? And then you just go in and start picking out stuff.
No, that's insane.
Well, I don't know. Bobby goes over there all the time and lifts weights.
I go over there and I talk to everybody in the building, and I stop by Q and I talk to Kev, and me and Kev have a great conversation. I ask him how's life going and all
Kev,
of those things.
Kevin.
Kev's the equipment guy.
Kevin. Oh boy.
What is Kev's last name? I know Kev's last name, but I can't think of it right now.
You're not getting that equipment now.
That's kind of crazy.
I know. That's why I wanted to know if it was Kev or if it was...
It's literally in my phone, but I can't. I've been calling him Kev so much that I don't even remember what his last name is.
It's Kevin McGuff.
No,
he's coaching the women's team and going through some driving classes, let's hope. And he works the equipment room at Ohio State.
Now I got to look it up.
He's listening right now, and he's never going to let you get a free shirt ever again.
Listening to this.
Yeah, he is. I bet he is. We know a lot of people are listening right now. You're getting text messages left and right. Well, I hope you wear that Class A jersey with pride. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you rock it. And
I'm going to wear it today, so
maybe today
we can win, you know?
You should wear it today, because if they break out of it, you'll know it's good luck. If they get one today on the Reds, you'll know that's the jersey you need. Whenever the Guards need a win, you have to put it on.
And I will owe Amish, he's got good luck. I will owe him a big, giant thank you.
Yeah.
Which I owe him a thank you anyways for sending it anyway. So thank you. I appreciate that.
See, that's nice. We appreciate our gifts when we get them on the show. It's nice when you send that. He sent me, or didn't send me, he brought me a bottle of bourbon.
Was it good?
It was great. It's Old Forester.
Is
delicious.
Do you still have
No, it's gone. Emptied that one out. We're on to the next.
You never thought about
Bill Belichick. We're on to Cincinnati.
You don't age
right on
your bourbon.
It's been aged. That's why they have them in barrels. They sit it in a barn for years, and then they take it out when it's properly aged. They put it in a bottle, and I drink it.
T-Bone, I have a whole cabinet of liquor.
You do?
It will never get drank.
Well, your wife enjoys a beverage,
she drinks,
right?
Yeah, she drinks.
But you don't.
But if it's up to me, that will be the most aged liquor in the world because I'm never going to drink it.
But it's not aging the same way as if it's in if you had bourbon in a bottle, it's not aging the same way as if you had it in a barrel. That's the difference.
So I need to pour it into a barrel.
Well, it was in a barrel. That's the whole point. It soaks into the wood. It takes stuff out of the wood, and that's what you're drinking.
And that tastes
That's
good.
the flavor.
That tastes good to you.
That's delicious. They burn the insides, so you get all the soot. That's what helps. That's what makes it good.
You know what else does that?
What's that?
A sun kiss.
Oh, God.
Fanta.
You're a child.
Root beer. You get
root beer. Now I can get down with some root beer. I am a root beer connoisseur.
I really don't like to drink that dark pop. I don't really drink Pepsi, Coke, and I don't really drink. That's that dark.
Will you drink like a 7-Up or a Sprite?
Yeah.
Okay. But why is that different? It's sugar. It's all the same.
It's just something about that dark. It's just the same reason it's a difference between.
Do you eat dark meat? Do you have a problem with chicken or turkey when it has dark meat?
We prefer that.
You like a dark meat?
Yeah.
I love dark meat. Dark meat's great.
Of course.
But you can't do dark cola.
Nah.
What about the Dark Knight? How do you feel about him? Batman? You good?
I mean, I side more with the Joker and Bane, but
Dark Knight was a great movie.
Yeah.
Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. The opening scene to Dark Knight where they rob the bank, and every one of them's like, yeah, the same guy told me to knock that guy off, told me to kill you. And then it's just there's one guy left and it's him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Heath Ledger, may he rest in peace. Interesting nugget about the Colts ownership after the passing of Jim Irsay. We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are reporting another crash. This one happening just north of Pickerington, 70 westbound, just beyond State Route 256. A right shoulder is blocked there. Noticing a little bit of delays this morning. And taking a look at our traffic cam, 70 at State Route 256. Again, we do have police on the scene right now, assessing the situation. Thankfully, your drive times, though, looking pretty good if you're heading out from the Etna and Pataskala area. US 40 got you at 55 miles per hour. 70 westbound and eastbound still looking good for your Wednesday. I'm 10 TV's Brian Albizu with your fan traffic.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees Wilson to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We are your shelter.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. Sundays at 11, it's The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're welcome.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a gift from the Home Depot, because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
With Progressive customer service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can also find our podcast wherever you get podcasts. Just search up T-Bone and Tyvis. It's right there. And then you can subscribe to it. You can follow it, whatever your podcast app lets you do. But then every day you'll get whatever's on the show right there to your device. Who knows? Maybe someday we'll throw in some extra goodies. We'll start figuring out. Maybe Tyvis will do a whole show. We'll just do like a separate show where he just talks about all the guys in the NFL he absolutely hated and still hates to this day. But he won't say it on the air.
Hate is such a strong word.
Dislikes. Annoyed by.
There's nobody that I dislike or hate. I love everybody.
I know you do. You have a big heart, and that's good. But there's got to be someone in there that you're just like, I can't stand that guy.
There's nobody that comes off the top of the head right now. I got some bad news for you, though.
What's the bad news?
As we was just in that commercial, I went outside to go, shoot the pop-a shot, and I wanted to see where my car was, who was next to me. Do you know who it is?
Who?
You. It's you.
Why? I was parked. Hold on. You knew that you ran over a skunk today when you drove in. Then you knew that your car smelled like ass. Then you thought whoever parks next to me is going to smell like ass. And what you did was say, oh, there's my buddy T-Bone. I'm going to pull in right next to him. It's a whole parking lot.
To be fair, it was 5:30 in the morning.
I know it's early.
I wasn't fully aware of everything.
Great.
So
Thank you.
I'm
going to go move my car now.
Nice treat for you.
This is like when you go to the urinals and there's like 20 of them and there's one guy at the urinal and then the person walks right next to him. Why?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Well, see, at this point in my life, I actually will say something like, come on, really? Really? That's what
I don't say
really?
anything because I'm like, I'm almost done. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to get out of here. But that's weird.
I'm uncomfortable. Really?
Oh, it's the worst feeling.
It's like an unwritten rule when using the men's bathroom, the urinals. Like, if there is available ones, you never really go to the one next to somebody. You always pick the one, unless it's only two.
Well, then there's nothing you can do there.
Exactly.
Now, how do you feel about if you're at, like I went to the Indy 500 a few weeks ago, and it's just, you're in line to get into the bathroom because there's just so many people there.
Wear a diaper.
No. they have the Indy 500, their bathrooms, to their credit, it used to be troughs where you're just, like a big open, they've had them at Ohio State, yes, for a long time. They now have individual urinals with dividers. So you actually have a little partition between you and the next person.
Okay.
So that makes me comfortable. Then when you're in line, there's a line of people waiting to use the bathroom, and you're trying to get back to the race, then I go next to someone in that situation because you've been waiting in line, it's open.
Don't laugh at this. Don't keep going.
Sorry. Tyvis walked in today with a squirt bottle, and I said, "What's that for?" And he said, "Well, my head itches because you just had the hair implants." And I said, "Okay, what does that have to do with anything?"
I can't scratch it.
You can't scratch it. You can't sweat.
No.
But apparently you can spray salt water on it.
You got to do it at a distance, though. You can't, not directly on. Not directly on. Yeah. Arms lift away. You just.
Look, I respect your process.
It's like having a Jerry curl back in the day. Like, this is exactly what it was
is
like.
It not distracting when you're talking to like a grown man and he just picks up a water bottle and starts squirting himself in
my head itch?
I do think that would probably throw me off. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just completely lost my train of thought because you're squirting your head.
You're talking about urinals at the Indy 500.
Anyway, if that's the only time I'll go next to another guy. But if there's like open spaces, you obviously have to respect that. The best feeling in the world is when you walk into a urinal or like a bathroom and there's no one in there and you just have a pick of anyone.
That's the best time.
It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
It's up there with like when you pump your gas and you hit it right on the zeros. Great.
Oh, you know what? I did that yesterday. Actually,
did it feel good?
It stopped. It stopped on 49.99.
Love that.
And I love this game. This is the best game.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's really a challenge to get it just 1 cent.
Isn't that just like that's like those perfect moments where, like, if you pull into a parking spot and you just hit it dead, like you get out of your car and you look and it's dead center, front to back, side to side, and you just perfectly nailed it the first time. Oh, it feels great.
Yep.
Unlike some people who just pull in and leave it catty cornered and all.
I know some people that double park purposely.
That annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah.
What are they driving to? Like a Tercel? Like a Toyota Tercel?
He drives a big truck.
Okay. No, you can't double park. Sorry. You know what? Buy a truck that fits in a parking spot. That's what I would say.
And they would tell you they did it so you don't park next to it.
I get so pissed off when in Marysville where it's F-250 land, where just everybody, it's like, where do you live? Oh, in a subdivision where you have like no farm, but they all have F-250s for some reason. And I pull into Walmart and it's just like, oh, sorry, my dualies needed 3 spaces. Get out of here. Go park in the back. What are you doing? Trying to park up front in your F-250? You have to walk. Sorry, you made that choice, not me. Go double park way out there. Don't park up front and try to squeeze into like a spot made for a Civic. Come on. Stupid.
Well, they should have made this spot bigger. I've used this truck before. It is challenging to get it like all the way in there.
So Cardale's the one who double parks is what you're saying? That's what you're saying. It's Cardale's truck. Totally. Yeah. I will say that when the Marysville school levy failed a couple times, I would walk past every F-250 and be like, oh, yeah, you can't afford to pass a school levy, but you can't afford, $3.50 gas. Put 100 gallons of that you take every week. Moron. Like, I was just cussing out these F-250s every time I saw them. I was so mad. I love an F-250. It's a great truck. I'm just saying you don't need it if you're not a farmer. You don't actually need this truck.
People like to sit high.
I also don't get. I drive a little car low to the ground because I actually like to feel the road and drive, not be up like in a parade float, just riding around like someone else is driving. I don't like that.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm good either way. As long as it drives, it's, for me. I take a Prius.
Yeah. That's right.
Way I go up, the way I go up and down 71, I need a Prius.
Prius is fine. I've driven multiple Priuses. I've rented them before.
Really?
Great. Oh, it's something when you fill up the tank and you like drive for days and you look back and it's like still full. Somehow it's still full. I got 50 miles to the gallon here. Yeah. It's beautiful. The only thing I was going to tell you about the Colts is that Carly Irsay Gordon, she is one of the 3 daughters of Jim Irsay. She is going to be the person who is actually in charge of the Colts because they have a rule in the NFL that when you have multiple family members, someone has to be the designated actual owner. So even though all 3 of them have the same ownership stake, the owner of the Colts, for like in purposes of talking about ownership of the Colts, it's going to be Carly Irsay Gordon. She is the one who actually has the final say on things. Her other sisters, Casey Foyt, and Kalen Jackson each carry the title of owner, but Ursay Gordon is the one who's in charge.
So they actually been in the office this entire time, right?
I think they've been involved. I mean, they were. So the NFL makes you. This came down after Tom Benson passed away, who owned the Saints, where there was some of the family members there. There was a question about succession. I believe the Titans had this issue as well, where some of their family members sued each other over who was actually in charge of the team. But the NFL now makes you every year put together a succession plan to say, if I'm not here next year, here's who is in charge. Here's the number one, then number two, number three, et cetera.
So they've been groomed, and
they know.
I'm sure Carly has known that this could potentially happen, and she would be in charge.
That's right.
So she is on top of some of the decisions that she will have to make.
Well, I also saw Casey Foyt, who's one of the other daughters. So she's in Indianapolis. AJ Foyt is a legendary race car driver. And I believe she must be, I'm guessing, I looked this up. She's married to someone related to AJ Foyt. So this is the guy who owns the Colts' daughter, married one of the greatest IndyCar drivers of all time's son or grandson or whatever it is. And that's the family. That's a power family right there.
That sounds like that's just as crazy as Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's son and Martin Lawrence's daughter get married.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Martin Lawrence's daughter and Eddie Murphy's son got married?
Their kid is going to be hilarious. Right?
Hilarious. Out the womb.
Who else? You know who else said? I want to say that Tony Hawk's son or daughter and Kurt Cobain's son. I think it's Tony Hawk's son and Kurt Cobain's daughter, something like that, are married. And it's like one of the greatest skaters of all time and one of the greatest guitar players of all time. Their kids are going to be gifted at something, right? They have to be.
They're going to play a guitar on a skateboard.
Yeah. Exactly.
Headbangers.
That's right. The Huddle is next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Wednesday. Noticing a couple more delays as more people are heading out this morning. We are seeing some slowdowns over by 71 northbound heading into the city by Green Lawn Avenue and north of Berliner Park. Again, noticing some delays this morning. No accidents report in that area, though. And over to our folks in the Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington area. If you're heading out the door, taking US 33 westbound to the city. Got some delays out there, some slowdowns, but nothing too concerning for your Wednesday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at RCDRV.com.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting HindererMotorCompany.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Celebrate Father's Day and update your lawn with a little help from Ohio Mulch. Whether it's fresh mulch, rich soil, or expert lawn care products, a beautiful landscape, well, it begins with Ohio Mulch. Right now, get 5 bags of mulch or soil for just $10.95. Make your weekend project easier in the yard. Well, it'll be the envy of the block. Visit OhioMulch.com or stop by your local store. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there from your friends at Ohio Mulch.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, greener, greener, better.
healthy body needs good food. This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, explains why he banks with First Bank of Central Ohio.
Anytime you're dealing with a local bank, it's about being able to pick up the phone and talk to real people. That is a huge pro. You know, when you get into these bigger banks, that doesn't happen.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Canty here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows. Binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on Warm Weather Vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take a shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5HEshot.com for full details and rules to enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
When I wake up, the best mornings
In the morning light.
start with Wrangler.
Pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. Starting with baseball at Progressive Field, Andrew Abbott tossed a 3-hit complete game shutout, and Spencer Steer drove in the only run of the night as the Redlegs beat the Guardians again, 1-0. Cincinnati's won 5 games in a row. They look for a 6th straight win and the 3-game sweep today over the Guardians at 1-10. In basketball, the Pacers and Thunder are back on the hardwood tonight for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Tip-off in Indianapolis is at 8:30 tonight. That series is even at 1 game apiece. And in college football, College Game Day announced yesterday that they will be in Columbus Week 1 this season for Lee Corso's final show before retiring. It'll be a likely top 5 matchup between your Ohio State Buckeyes and the Texas Longhorns on August 30th, which is 80 days from today. This update is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or online at rcdrv.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
T-Bone and Tyvis brought to you by our friends at Awaken 180. Lots to get to on the show today. We are talking to Heather Dinich coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll talk about the new college football landscape, college sports landscape, but obviously she deals with college football, so we'll get into that. Tomorrow on the show, we are going to have a special guest. Coming in the 8 o'clock hour, Common Man will stop in.
He's going to get up early.
He's going to get up early, come in. I said, I think if he's up for it, we're going to go to breakfast.
Must be nice. You would.
Well, I would invite you.
Pick a Thursday where you know I have to go to Cleveland.
I told him he could come in Wednesday or Thursday, whatever worked for him. He said, let's do Thursday. I said, great.
So he hates me.
Yes. Well, that's, you know what? It's a growing list of people who hate you because you sit here and say pizza's overrated, You can't understand why people enjoy going
I never
to
said
cookout and getting 3 quesadillas. What's wrong with you? It's great. It's a good way to live.
What was I thinking about? Trying to promote a healthy lifestyle so people can
Yeah.
live longer.
Who
What
the
was
hell
I
wants
thinking?
that? Everybody else is doing that. I'm here to promote being
Eat
fat.
your vegetables, kids.
Yeah, well, eat your vegetables when you're a kid. When you're growing up, do what you got to do. It's tough out here.
Because I don't drink pop at 6 a.m.
That's right. Exactly. It's time for the huddle. Let's do it.
The biggest questions in the NFL are answered right here. Welcome to the huddle.
All right, Bodie, hit us with some questions.
All right, guys. Mandatory minicamps got underway this week. I was very sad because I came in this morning and there was way too much sound to cut up from the Browns. But nevertheless, we press on. We'll start with this one guy. We'll do the AFC first and then get to the NFC next. Which AFC team do you guys think is most likely to go from worst to first in their division this season? Got the Patriots, your Cleveland Browns, the Tennessee Titans, or the Las Vegas Raiders?
Okay. Not the Browns.
No.
Don't know what's happening at quarterback.
Yeah, you can forget that.
Titans have a rookie at quarterback, so I'm going to say that's going to be, unless he turns out to be Jaden Daniels 2.0, I'm going to say probably tough. Raiders, I don't feel great there, but maybe. I feel like the Patriots are the ones that make the most sense.
The Patriots definitely make the most sense because the only team with stability is the Buffalo Bills. And if they're able to beat them and have a favorable schedule, they could definitely get it done. And Mike Vrabel's already known to go places and change things around. Obviously, you've seen the success he had with the Tennessee Titans with some of the weapons that they've acquired in this offseason. They would be the answer. Actually, I give Tennessee the second best odds because AFC South, they got a lot of stuff going on, too.
The division matters,
Yeah.
right? I was just looking at which team is going to be most improved. But you're right. If they're in a weaker division, maybe the Titans are that team. That's fair call.
But the Patriots is the layup.
Bodie.
All right, next up here, let's go to the NFC. Most likely team to go from worst to first. Got the New York Football Giants, the Chicago Bears, New Orleans Saints, or the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I mean,
I would go with the bias. I'm going with the 49ers. I mean,
I don't think it's bias. I mean, the Bears have a tough division.
Yeah.
Giants have a tough division, and they're bad. Saints are going to be bad, I tend to think, right? Yeah. I mean, there's that. And then you have the Niners sitting there, and yes, not an easy division, but certainly they've been good before. If you have all your weapons healthy, that offense should be pretty good. It's a question mark of,
I think that
how good is Brock Purdy for me? That's the big
first
one.
question. Brock Purdy will have to play like he's worth the contract that he was given, and you're getting Robert Saleh back on defense as a defensive coordinator there. So when he was there, things went really well. He was able to go to the Super Bowl with him. So hopefully those two things factor in. Seattle, they got a new quarterback that they breaking in. Arizona still trying to figure things out. And the Rams would be your biggest threats, and they always play a decent game against each other. So, yeah, I'm going with the 49ers.
All right, Bodie.
All right, about 4 months ago, the Eagles destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl to claim their second title in the last 7 or 8 years, give or take there. If I guaranteed you guys one of those two Super Bowl participants were going to miss the postseason this coming year, who would you pick, Philadelphia or Kansas City?
Are you saying this is who I would want or who I think is most likely? If one of them is definitely going to miss, who do I think is more likely?
Yeah, let's go with the latter.
Okay.
Kansas City.
Yeah? Why do you say Kansas City?
I think just getting up there in age.
That's fair.
Travis Kelce's getting up there in age. People starting to figure out the Patrick Mahomes, the things that he struggles with. Obviously, the Eagles did a really good job of doing that.
Yeah.
Offensive line looked very questionable against the Philadelphia Eagles. And last year, they won a lot of games by luck. They missed a field goal. The other team missed a field goal. They blocked one. Like, it was a bunch of things for them last year
hear you say that.
they got lucky on. So it wouldn't shock me if all of a sudden it just caught up to them.
Yeah, I feel like their record doesn't indicate how good they've been the last couple of years. I think they are. I think they're the team that's more on the decline compared to the Eagles. So, yeah, I think if one of them's not going to make it back, it'd be the Chiefs. Bodie?
All right, next up, which team do you think needs to get their star pass rusher signed to a new deal the most? Got 3 playoff-worthy teams and 3 high-level pass rushers here. Got the Cowboys with Micah Parsons, the Steelers with T.J. Watt, or the Bengals with Trey Hendrickson.
I mean, my answer is going to be Cincinnati just because I feel like when Joe Burrow is at his best, if that defense could be anything, they're a Super Bowl contender, right? Not even they have to be a great defense. They're a Super Bowl contender because of Joe Burrow in that offense if the defense is like mid-level. The other two teams, I feel like they're playoff teams if their offenses play well, but still I don't see them, no offense to the Cowboys or Steelers fans, I don't see them as Super Bowl contenders. The Bengals have been that close. I think they still are in that window. So for me, it's get Trey Hendrickson done.
I think that is probably the correct answer, but I'm going to say TJ Watt because TJ Watt for Pittsburgh, obviously, nobody's expecting a lot out of them this season. I think they're, projected 8 wins or something like that. So, but TJ Watt is a game changer. He wrecks games. He's the one thing that you can't account for. If he gets a strip sack and scoops and scores the thing, it changes the entire game. That's why Kenny Pickett had this great fourth quarter record because of TJ Watt and heroics, the things that he was able to do on that defense. And knowing there's just the uncertainty with Aaron Rodgers being there new, with DK having that new piece, and a different guys got to step up. The one consistent thing you always knew about Pittsburgh was that their defense was going to be dominant. And if TJ Watt's not a part of that, it's not as dominant.
Final one, Bodie.
Final one, guys. Speaking of those Pittsburgh Steelers, Myles Garrett, he had some thoughts on Aaron joining the AFC North. Here's what he had to say. This audio sounded a little wonky at the beginning because somebody's trying to ask a question, and somebody with the Browns is letting that person know this is the last question, but here we go.
What do you think about Aaron Rodgers coming into the AFC North?
What do I think about it?
Face him twice a year.
I think it's a good opportunity to put him in the graveyard.
Put him in the graveyard. What do you guys think? Like it or shut up, Miles?
That's his thing, right? He sacks quarterbacks, puts them in the little Halloween graveyard thing he has. Sure, let's go. I'm with that. Myles Garrett, go wreck this league. Let's do it.
Go wreck this league.
I hope that's the case because that Pittsburgh, that rivalry is still got some juice to it. I don't know if they beat it. No, we did. They split last year because Jameis had the famous snow game against him, so they split last year. But it would be nice to see them win in Pittsburgh. I don't think they've done that in quite some time. So
yeah, the playoff game probably, right?
It was about the last.
There was that.
time.
Yeah. No,
that was a good one to do.
You know why it's getting juice? Because the Steelers haven't been great. That's like the years where the Steelers were awesome didn't have much juice other than Bengals or Browns fans just being mad. Speaking of the Bengals, that's where I was going with this. Bengals continue to be weird about their defensive line. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are noticing a new crash for folks over in the Etna-Pataskala area. The right shoulder is blocked right now on 70 West, just beyond State Route 310 because of this accident. The road is open this morning, so some good news there, but do expect some delays as you step out the door. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It change is more exciting. I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone letting you know that Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin has everything you need for your backyard this summer. They've got a huge selection of poly outdoor furniture built to last, never needs refinished, perfect for the lazy among us. Want to get the kids outside? Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings has quality-built play sets that you can configure any way you like. Plus, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is your trusted source for Weaver Barns in Central Ohio. Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin or online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. And, of course, tell them T-Bone sent you.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HinderMotorCompany.com.
Double your savings with Logan Services. Save up to $3,200 on a qualifying air conditioning and heating system and ask about tax credits up to $3,200. Call for your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Shop Meijer and bring more to Father's Day with tasteful gifts that are perfect for the grill. Like a certified Angus beef T-bone steak, now just $9.99 a pound. Locally grown asparagus for $1.87 a pound. Select varieties of Johnsonville brats are $3.99. And don't forget Dad's dessert. Select varieties of Hudsonville ice cream are just $3.99. Make Dad's Day a good deal better at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know, it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Starting off the day with mostly clear skies, but you'll still see some of that haze from the wildfire smoke. Morning temperatures in the 50s, soaring in the mid to low 80s as we go into the afternoon with plenty of sunshine to go around. Mostly clear skies tonight, and then the sunshine continues for Thursday and even warmer as our highs soar to right around 90 degrees. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Two men with 5 combined offspring. None of them have penises. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Jump into YouTube chat. We always appreciate that. Just hop onto YouTube, search 971 The Fan. You'll find the T-Bone and Tyvis live stream. You click on that, you watch it. You see us in our glory. Tyvis is wearing the shirt he got from our listener Amish. It's a Guardians jersey.
Representing. This is to stop the sweep.
There you go. Hopefully it works for you. I'm wearing my Columbus Horizon hat, which that is a throwback from my buddy Morgan over at Supporter Supply. He sent me one of these a while ago. Columbus Horizon was like a CBA team that we used to have here in Columbus back in the day before Isaiah Thomas ruined the CBA and destroyed that league. That was good.
IT.
I mean, I love him as a player, but as a front office executive, go ask the Knicks. Well, not great.
Michael hates him. So.
Well, I know that. That's why he got left off the dream team. Right?
You really think that's
well? That was always the rumor, right?
He did everything he was supposed to do to make the requirements. But he just wasn't selected.
He just wasn't selected. And they had that in The Last Dance. They kind of talked about it, where it was that leaving the court, not shaking the hand when
Mike said that he said that the two best point guards was Magic and IT.
And one of them wasn't on the team. Go figure. Anyway, yeah, Isaiah Thomas did not do well as a front office executive, but it's a story for another day. Bengals rookie Shamar Stewart, he is still waiting to take his first practice reps in the NFL. So we've been talking a lot about the Trey Hendrickson situation, but this one may be even more interesting because the Trey Hendrickson thing is like TJ Watt is kind of doing this right now. He's waiting for a new contract, like Bodie brought up in the huddle. Micah Parsons, same thing in Dallas. Like, these guys want contracts. It's understandable. the Shamar Stewart thing, he's your 17th over. He's the 17th overall pick. He's your first round draft pick. They're not getting a deal done right now because of language in the contract. It has something to do with at the end of the contract, there are, guarantees and things like that. The Bengals want some outs on the guaranteed money. He wants the contract that all the other Bengals draft picks have had the last few years. Bengals are trying to establish a new contract in their organization that says, oh, we don't pay out some of these bonuses that we used to. So that's what they're fighting over. It's not a great look. I don't think it's a great look for the Bengals, quite honestly. It feels like the organization that's always known for being cheap is being cheap again, fair or not. Even though they give out tons of money to some of their star players, they still have their reputation of being cheap.
This is ridiculous because what do you so you mean to tell me you willing to go into the season potentially without your first round draft pick and Trey Hendrickson? Stop it. Stop it. I don't understand. I'm more with the player on this one. He said he's not asking for something that they haven't done. Y'all literally done this all the time. Now all of a sudden y'all want to switch it. And this whole thing is just ridiculous. Cincinnati need to get their stuff together because they done went out there and they done paid T, Mike Gesicki, and Jamar, and they think all right, that's all we need. And as good as those players are, that's not the case. Last year clearly told you that that's not the case. And what you're doing is they're not even thinking on a broader scale. You got to think people around the league are watching this.
Oh, yeah.
So when you talk about free agency, why would I come to y'all if I just seen how y'all did Trey and how y'all doing this rookie? Why would I want to go there? So they need to really nip this in the bud because if they want any plans of signing big-time free agents and not have to overspend for it, then they need to at least make the organization look like it's a good organization. People will be like, I can go there because they're going to treat me well. Well, obviously, that's not the case because you see what's going on. So,
well, and I'm sure the Bengals' argument to that would be we're treating Joe Burrow just great. We're treating Jamar Chase just fine. I mean, we can't.
They did not treat Jamar Chase just fine.
No, they gave him one of the biggest contracts.
But after him having to pout about it and miss practices and almost skip a game.
Yeah, but I listen, I'm with you. I'm saying the Bengals will tell you, no, we eventually, sure, there was negotiations. That's what you saw. But we've taken care of our star players. Well, Trey Hendrickson we haven't, but that's because he's an old defensive lineman now. And it's he's 30. I mean, yes, that's older, but he's been excellent. That doesn't look great. This one is it is indefensible. You have a rookie that you drafted.
You literally drafted him. You knew what you was gonna have to pay and all the stuff that came with it. I don't understand why this can't get done.
Here's the other part that's I think damning for the Bengals because Shamar Stewart had this quote that's kind of gone around where he said, "In my case, I'm 100% right. I'm not asking for nothing that's never been done before. In their case, in the Bengals' case, y'all just want to win an argument instead of winning more games, in my opinion." That's pretty pointed, right? Saying you'd rather win the argument than win games. But this part of the statement didn't get the play that I think it should be. He said it's made it very easy when the people in your locker room say you're doing the right thing, especially the star players. So, he's saying the star players have come up to him and said, this is the right thing. You shouldn't be playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are other draftees who are practicing, who are also fighting this contract situation, but they're playing without, they're working out without the contract. Shamar Stewart is saying, I'm working out, but I'm not going to be on the field. I'm not going to risk injury until I have this contract signed. I don't blame him at all.
I think it's one of those things that it ultimately gets resolved. The Trey Hendrickson thing, like I said, he has no choice but to play. As much as I'm on his side and I understand that if they promised him, we'll take care of you next year, they're not. This is not going to happen. And it's fine. It's part of the business. But Shamar Stewart, if I was him, I mean, he's doing the right thing, being in the building, being around all of that, learning the playbook and things like that. But you do kind of want to get out there. And it's sad because I know it's his agent telling him, no, you're not going to risk injury. But you want to get out there and see how you fit in that scheme and get you some actual practice reps, working on something, things like that. So it sucks in that standpoint, and eventually they're going to get it done. There's no way that they're going into the season with him not being signed. Like, that's why, to me, it's like, why don't you just do it? Like, just at the end of the day, you're going to do it. So just do it, and let's move on from it.
It doesn't make sense at all. Also, something that doesn't make sense. I was looking at the NBA and NHL schedules because the last 2 days there's been no NBA, no NHL. Like, and tonight at least you get Game 3 in the NBA Finals. Thunder at the Pacers. That's at 8:30. Then I was looking at the NHL schedule, going, why haven't they played? And I heard Bo Bishop bringing this up yesterday, and he's spot on. Game 1 was on Wednesday last week. A week ago was Game 1. Game 2 happened Friday, right? We are on to Game 3. That Panthers won that 6-1. That was Monday. The next game is Thursday in the Stanley Cup. So they were off Monday, or they played Monday, then they're off Tuesday and Wednesday, and then they play again tomorrow, Thursday. But that game is still in Miami. Then the Panthers and the Oilers travel back up to Edmonton, not a quick flight at all. And that is a Thursday to Saturday turnaround where you have 1 day for travel, basically. They had 2 days where they're just sitting around in Miami.
The NBA and the NHL
makes no sense to me.
Backwards, because the NBA is too long and the NHL is too soon.
Well, the NHL though, like there's a weird cadence for both of these.
Yes.
Right? Where it's like you're taking multiple days off when you're in the town and you can just play the games.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Here's the rest of the NHL playoffs schedule, the Stanley Cup final. Game 4 is tomorrow, like I said. Game 5 is on Saturday.
Yep.
Then the next game, Game 6, is not until Tuesday. Sunday, Monday off. Then you play Tuesday.
Where is it?
That's one is back in Miami. So now after Game 4,
so
then
tonight
it's 2-2, 1-1-1.
Tomorrow it's where?
It's in Florida.
And then Saturday it's in Edmonton.
It's in Edmonton. Then Tuesday it's back in Miami if needed, and then
I wonder why they
they'd be back in Edmonton in Game 7.
I wonder why they gave them 1 day off and then 2 or 3 days.
I don't know.
That don't make sense.
Well, maybe this is why, at least with the NBA Finals, their ratings are down. Part of it is because it's, Indianapolis and Oklahoma City. I get it. They're not the two biggest markets, but the ratings are down so far for the series. They said they're down the lowest since the pandemic. And then prior to that, the lowest since 2007 when it was the Cavs and the Spurs.
That's messed up.
Yeah. So but Game 1 at least was good. Game 2 was just, everybody I think kind of knew that the Thunder were going to come back. And
they had no choice.
Yeah,
you can't go down 0-2 at home and go to their home, give them home court advantage.
So the schedule for the NBA Finals, just put that in perspective. Tonight they play, then they play Friday, so that's a day off. That's fine. Then they don't play again until Monday. Explain that to me. Like Saturday, Sunday, no games. You have a game on Friday night, and you don't have a game again. Why not play Sunday night or Sunday afternoon or something? Then that means you can't.
Wait. They play tonight, and then they play again Friday?
Yes.
And then they don't play again till Monday?
Yes.
That's because of the travel.
I'm sure, but still.
Yeah.
But then Game 6, because of the travel, isn't until Thursday. And then Game 7, if needed, isn't until the following Sunday. So, I mean, you still have... It's like a week and a half to get through the rest of the series. We're already 2 games in, and it's going to take a week and a half to play 5 more.
2 days in between these 2 games because it's been 3, and it's been so long that I'm losing interest in it. Period.
I know, right? It's like you almost have to wake yourself up and go, "Oh, the finals are back on."
It's like it's like when you have you into a good TV show and they take too long to drop the next season. Like I lost interest.
Yeah, sorry, I moved on. I got other things happening. You're exactly right. Sometimes I think people make these off-season college football lists just to piss off Buckeye fans. The latest example of that I'll give you in 2 minutes. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Noticing a little bit of slowdowns as more people head out the door this morning. We do want to let you know, though, there is a disabled vehicle. Expect some lane closures on ramp I-70 West to 270 South because of that disabled vehicle. Nothing too concerning, though, for your Wednesday. That's looking pretty good. I'm 10 TV's Brian Albizu with your fan traffic.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
Don't settle for ordinary this summer when adventure awaits. Make memories that will last forever only at your Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, Central Ohio's family destination for fun. Plan your perfect summer trip at columbuszoo.org.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through June 30th. See store for details.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
One of these men is bald and fat. The other is T-Bone. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can follow us there as well on Twitter/X. YouTube channel, it's there. Just 971 The Fan on YouTube. Click on the T-Bone and Tyvis live stream, and then you can jump in the chat. Lots of people already involved today. Shaping up to be a nice day here in Columbus, so hopefully you get out and enjoy some of the sun. I definitely did. Yesterday, got out and mowed the grass. One of the most satisfying feelings in the world, Tyvis. Getting the grass mowed, sitting out there on the back porch, just looking at it and going, yeah, got it right.
Especially when you did it, like the lines is crisp. It's actually a beauty. It's like a work of art.
Especially now that my middle daughter, Ava, has taken an interest in mowing the grass. And she has not asked for payment yet, which is also a plus.
You've handed over the reins.
Well, she has done she does some of it. And then now that I get to go and finish it off and just, fix any mistakes or anything, I do some of the trimming around.
Push or ride?
Oh, this is a push. We're pushing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to see.
Yeah. We're eco-friendly. I got the batteries in it. I do the electric mower. It takes a couple batteries to get all the way through, but yeah.
Yeah.
But she had it.
Trust me, I know.
She went in with the low setting. I usually go a little higher just because I'm like, well, I don't know if the battery will last. And she just scalped it. And so then I'm like, you know what? Great.
You ain't got to cut it for
a while.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me.
Did you have a bag on the back?
No. So then there was a little raking and bagging afterwards. But that's all right. It's a nice look once you get it all done. I like it. I like being out there in the grass. Not every day do I like to. I don't want to mow 3 times a week.
Well, you can get allergy seasons. You can start itching and stuff like that. So
there's nothing like that. I cracked a beer, sat on the back porch just looking at the lines. I handed her one. No, I'm kidding. I didn't do that. It's not old enough yet. Someday. That's the goal, right? Someday all
get handed to her.
Yeah. I handed her a Sunny D. That's what she's allowed to have. That's fine. So these off-season lists, everybody's doing them in college sports because, especially college football, this is what drives clicks and people read them, and our show is certainly no exception. We read them. But I feel like there's genuinely, I know it's not, but it just feels in my head like they are purposely just ignoring some Ohio State history that is important here. So ESPN, a bunch of their college sports writers, probably including Heather Dinich now that I think about it, who we're going to talk to coming up at 8 o'clock or in the 8 o'clock hour. They came up with the college football top 25 plays since 2000, right? I'll give you the top 5. They have the Kick 6, which is the, Alabama. Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn. Of course, that's number 1. That's fair. It's one of the greatest plays in college football history. That's fine.
It's a great play.
Boise State, when they upset
the
Oklahoma.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, they did the hook and ladder and then the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. 2 different plays, but they put them both in as one thing. Which they also, in this article, they included a picture of Ian Johnson, who was the guy who took that one in for the touchdown and then proposed to his cheerleader girlfriend at the end of that game. They have a picture of the two of them. They did get married, and now they have a daughter who looks like she's 6 or 7 years old. So it's just the passage of time on that is great. That was January of 2007. Let them live, but that has worked out. Vince Young in the Rose Bowl, just I guess the whole game.
Yeah, I'm about to say
it's not really a play, but
he
was incredible in that game.
He was.
Tua Tagovailoa, a big throw that he had in the 2017 season to help them beat Georgia. So yeah, that's fine. I don't know if that one to me lives up to being top 5, but they thought it did. And then I like they included this one, App State upsetting Michigan, blocking the field goal. Yeah, that's good. That one felt real good. But then they go on, and I'm looking through this. They have a bunch of different plays here. Number 10, the only play from the Buckeyes in the last 25 years that they thought was worthy of greatest plays of the last 25 years in college football. It is the 2002 national championship game where Chris Gamble doesn't catch the pass but gets interfered with by the Miami player, and they throw the flag late. Terry Porter with the flag that took a while. I'll give you that, Miami fans. It took a while, but it was the right call. And, of course, we know how it went. Buckeyes went on to win after they had the opportunity to do that play over. So that's the only play that we got. We don't have Holy Buckeye in there. There's no 85 yards through the heart of the South. None of that. Those plays weren't good enough for you in college football land, I guess. I know these lists don't matter, but that was one where I'm just like, the only play you put in from Ohio State was one where Ohio State, it was really a Miami complaining play, not an Ohio State great play, right? It was a penalty.
I'm just thinking about just all of the plays that could potentially be in here. I'm looking at the list and I'm trying to see, because it is some really good plays and some memorable plays in here. But like Lamar's leap 25, like it's a great play, but I feel like you see that a lot. Like that's what makes that so special.
I don't know. Some of these plays, I felt like, yeah, there's a couple they put in here. Like who was the school? Trinity. They were playing. I don't know. This is a game where they had a 61-second long lateral that just like kept going and going. You'd know this footage if you saw it. It's like a purple team, and they just can't tackle them. And those are plays that are just weird, but I don't know if those are like the greatest plays in college football history just because it's such a low-level game.
It's a historic play where the band comes out and they still run.
Well,
Cal?
That was Cal Stanford, but that's in like the 70s or early 80s. This is the last 25 years, so they're eliminating a bunch of those plays. I'm just saying, like 02, Mike Jenkins, Holy Buckeye.
That was a big play.
It was a huge play. National championship doesn't happen if you don't have that. That changed the course of college football history. If he doesn't make that play, they probably don't win the national championship.
Does Jack Sawyer scoop and score make the list for you?
I mean, yeah. That one, I think if they were doing this list in 5 more, if they were going to do the top plays, like the top 30 plays of the last 30 years, in a few years from now, if they went back and revisited, I think Jack Sawyer's play would absolutely be there. I think it has to be. That's one of the greatest plays we've ever seen in Ohio State history, certainly, but in college football history too. Yeah, I think it has to be up there.
They got this surrender cobra.
That was the Michigan State blocking the punt.
Yeah,
the Michigan guy, where all Michigan had to do was just
punt the thing,
punt the ball away, and get it out of there. You win.
We went to the Big Ten championship.
I forgot about that. You know what though? I don't care. I enjoyed watching Michigan lose.
Yeah, but it hurt us in the end.
Did I hear something correctly? Because I was listening to you on the Buckeye show. I think this was months ago, and I've always forgotten to bring this up to you until just now. Is it true that you really hate Michigan State? Like,
I can't stand it though.
I thought I heard at some point you say that they, outside of Michigan, or maybe even approaching the hatred for Michigan, is your hatred for Michigan State.
That's correct.
Why is that? Don't get me wrong. I don't like Michigan State either, but compared to Michigan,
I mean, it's stand Michigan State.
Yes, but what motivated that? What is the reason?
I don't know. They cost me 2 national championships. Why would I not? 2013 and 2015. That's why. I can't stand them.
I mean, you could argue at least in one of those years, maybe the guy sitting on the golf cart eating some pizza should have just let Carlos Hyde take the ball and run. Let's go. What are we doing?
You mean Zeke?
Who'd I say? Was it Carlos?
Hyde.
No, I thought it was Carlos Hyde.
In
Was it?
2013?
Oh, no, you're right. It was Zeke.
No,
I'm
I
getting
mean,
my-
2015 was Zeke.
Yeah. I'm getting my years mixed up. There was-
2013, we lost in the Big Ten Championship. They was just a really good team that year.
Yeah, but wasn't that the one, though, where they
let Braxton run at the end instead of Carlos Hyde?
Yeah. That was one where
Jeff got beat on the edge.
Is that not when Urban was on the golf cart? Maybe I'm wrong.
Was Urban on the golf cart?
He was
that
eating
game?
pizza. He was miserable after the Big Ten championship game. I thought that was that year.
That was definitely 2013.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
for
That's
sure.
good. Well, that's all, you were playing. That's all right.
That's all I'm saying. I didn't see him.
I think 2015 was when Zeke went in and told all the coaches how terrible they are.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Tyvis, how was that?
He wasn't wrong. I was sitting there. I told you, it was 4 of us in the locker room. It was me, Zeke, Mike Thomas, and Cardell. All 4 of us. We skipped Carmen, Ohio, and it was a lot of choice words being said in that locker room. And yeah, it was bad.
I understand.
But the 2013 was like my first college loss because 2012 we didn't lose.
That's right.
We didn't lose up until the Big Ten Championship, so it was like weird.
Oh yeah,
the weirdest thing in the world. Like to come in there and Urban's at a loss for words. He looked like he was about to just faint. Like
well, that was when he was sitting on the golf cart eating pizza, and he looked like he just was a million miles from wherever he was.
It was
like,
bad.
Yeah,
it was bad.
You know what? It probably he had a similar look on his face to how Ryan Day looked after that Michigan game this year, where you thought, okay. And then how'd it go for those guys after that? It's how you get back up off the mat, right? It worked out for both of them.
But yes, I can't stay. I hope Michigan State loses every game they play, whether it's football, basketball, tennis, rowing, pistol, cheerleading, everything. I want them to lose in everything that they do.
That's good. I trust me. I'm with you because I was here for the 98 Michigan State loss, which was just one of the most gut punch losses Ohio State's ever had. Michigan State has done it to us multiple times, but still, for me, I will never hate any other team other than Michigan, but I understand your reasons. You guys smoked Michigan every year, every time you played them, so it didn't really matter. That's good. Coming up next, we almost had a Malice at the Palace 2.0 the other night. I'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are noticing yet another crash. This one happening downtown just west of the Scioto River. The right shoulder is blocked on State Route 315 north at US 33 Long Street right there because of a crash. Not noticing a lot of delays or slowdowns right now, but just a heads up as you step out the door and going to the downtown area this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teens require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward here, and I remember the first time I understood that old saying about giving a man a fish. It made so much sense, and I see examples of it all the time. Take the new weight loss meds, for instance. Think about this. You take a shot, you eat less, and you lose weight. But the second you stop, the weight comes back. You never actually changed anything besides eating less of the same bad things. I wasn't interested in renting my results. I wanted to own them. That's why I chose Awaken 180. I needed a lifestyle change, I knew it, and I was excited about it. A medication-free path to long-term weight loss. That's exactly what I got. It's been a year and a half since I dropped my 50 pounds, and I've kept it all off. Awaken 180 taught me how to adjust my approach to food, a real-time education on how to keep it off while losing the weight. I say, learn how to fish. It's easy, it's fast, and for the long-term bonus, no medications. Do what I did and choose the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com, 844-346-1800.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, SI.com's Bob Herrick joins us from Oakmont, plus Hall of Famer Larry Nelson, who won the Open there in 1983.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. One of these men was prom king. It was T-Bone. I swear to God, you think I'm lying, don't you? But I'm serious. He didn't always look like this, okay? Here's the prom king and Tyvis.
Well, Tyvis is here, and he's got something to tell you.
Oh, yeah, I got to tell everybody about my guys at Tri-State Men Health. If you're struggling with ED, stop putting it off. For a limited time, Tri-State Men Health is offering the first appointment with the provider absolutely free. No strings, no co-pays, nothing out of pocket. Your free appointment includes blood work, a medical consult, and a test dose of the medication if medically advised. If you've been avoiding intimacy, which you shouldn't be doing, why would you want to do that? Dodging your partner or just feeling off, don't keep living like that. You can get your performance back, and the first step costs you nothing. What are you waiting for? Tri-State Men's Health has treated thousands of men, and now they're back enjoying their relationships and feeling confident again. You can be next, but you got to take that first step. Your performance matters. Your appointment doesn't cost a dime. Tri-State Men's Health works when the pills and herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you lasting an hour or more. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. There are 2 locations in Columbus, quick exit off of 270 in Hilliard, or the one that I go to in Westerville, Medical Mile in Westerville. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. It just brings us, just to say that just makes me smile. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
What was that, Scotty Scheffler?
I'm above average in length.
Thank you. U.S. Open tomorrow. Excited to watch that. Saw that DeMarcus Cousins, he had some drinks thrown at him and tried to fight fans. I didn't know DeMarcus Cousins was in the Puerto Rico Basketball League, but apparently he is.
He should be averaging 70 points a game. DeMarcus Cousins was like, back when he was with the Kings, he was like the best center in the league to me. There was nothing he couldn't do.
Oh, no. I mean, he was.
And it's a shame that he's not, like, he fell off this bad.
How old is DeMarcus Cousins? I need to look, but I would guess he's probably in his late 30s.
Like Boogie was. And then when he got traded to the Pelicans and it was him and AD,
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had Drew Holiday as the point guard. Like
they did. They had some good teams.
Like
back
that.
then.
That.
Yeah.
I know. I want to say somebody got hurt, and that's what like messed them up.
I feel like you're right. This incident occurred.
Boogie got hurt. He tore his Achilles.
That's right. Yeah, he did.
And Anthony Davis. I don't know his exact injury history over the years, but
Perpetually
he wasn't exactly Cal Ripken Jr. out there.
Exactly
either.
right. That's right, Bodie. DeMarcus Cousins was playing for the Guaynabo Mets. All right. That's the team he plays for.
What's the average?
Ni hao.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
Who did he
Whatever.
play for?
Does it have his averages on there?
Guaynabo Mets. Let him live.
If he should be averaging 70 points a game.
So he got into a verbal altercation with a fan who was sitting courtside. DeMarcus Cousins approached the man, and as he was yelling at him, and they were both yelling back and forth, to be fair, DeMarcus Cousins then grabbed his crotch in front of the fan, who responded by flipping off DeMarcus Cousins. Then he touched, they then touched each other. They were pushing a little bit of like, back off, no, you back off. So then he was ejected from the game for that. But as he was walking out, fans threw beer on him, which, as you remember, in the Malice at the Palace, that was what Ron Artest getting, drinks thrown at him. That's when it all went to hell.
I see the disrespect now. Like, at first I didn't understand. But he grabbed his crotch and then used that same hand to put it in his face. Yeah, I understand the fan.
Well, I don't know what they were arguing about. I don't know what the fan said initially. I don't know what anything was. And I could understand probably DeMarcus Cousins is like, you should be glad I'm here. What are you talking about? Like, I don't have to be here. But now he's getting verbally assaulted by fans. Still doesn't give an excuse to do what he did. All that said, it's still, at the end of the day, you cannot throw beer, food, other things on players. That is never cool, never acceptable. I don't care what the players were doing. You don't do that. But then it took 4 guys to get him kind of like away, like, because he was about to go up in the stands or at least go confront the people who were throwing beer on him. And they were like big security guards wrestling this guy down. And I just thought in that moment, could you imagine if like Ron Artest was certainly capable of fighting, Steven Jackson, those guys, like they didn't mess around. But could you imagine if DeMarcus Cousins got into the stands and decided, yeah, I'm going to fight some like average random people? It would not have. I'm telling you,
it would have been. He'd have put a couple of people down. Bang, bang.
They would have had the hospital would have been. The ER would have just been full of victims. Like, because he would have. I'm saying he's a large guy. He obviously, of the guys in pro sports that I would not want to fight, DeMarcus. I don't want to fight anybody. I'm a giant wuss. But of the guys in pro sports that I would never want to mess with, DeMarcus Cousins is what, 6'11"?
Something like that.
And like 280? And obviously is capable of, like, he knows how to use his body and his physical anyway on the court. That's a dude that, nope, he's in my top 5 guys I would never want to fight. Ever in sports.
I'm going to be honest with you. If he approached me and that was his energy, I wouldn't turn it down. I don't care if he was Shaq. I wouldn't turn it down.
You'd fight him?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I would say, you know what? Yes, sir, you win. I have nothing to say. I'm going to back off over here. Grab your crotch. That sounds great. Do what you got to do. I'm going to move away.
But we got to, but on a serious note, we got to get to the point where I don't know what was said, but fans got to make sure they keep it basketball related, because to me, if you suck or you stink or you're not good, like that's all right. But like if you making personal attacks, like that's where people see red. And to me, for him to do what he did, I'm not, obviously I wasn't there and I don't know the situation, but to me, for him to respond the way he responded, he had to have said something that struck a nerve that wasn't basketball. Right?
Yeah, I would guess that it was something that was beyond the norm of what you would.
And fans got to stop doing that. Like that's because this type of stuff is going to happen a lot. Like I think people forget that athletes are human beings too, and they have feelings. And if you hit the right nerve, like they gonna see red. So, because this isn't like the first time this has happened. This happens like once a year. It seems like to me.
Yeah,
in sports.
And I think there's a problem where you have a lot of online discourse that gets pretty stupid. And I mean, sometimes it's just people goofing around, but there's a lot of times where the online discourse goes way beyond just making a joke or a meme or something where it gets really bad. But you're sitting behind a computer screen You're not talking to a human being. And that's not just in sports. That's become all of life now, where people say incendiary things online. And then some of those people go out in the real world and think it's like computer time. And it's not, because there's a real human being. There's already a real human being reading that, but it can get lost in the shuffle. You can block and mute people on social media. You can tune your algorithm to avoid some of that. When you're out in the real world and someone just says something like that, the consequences are often forgotten. That, like, yeah, if you say that to an actual human being's face, you may get yours caved in.
Yes.
And I think that's where some of this stuff comes from.
But if it's a good joke, like, I'm a funny guy. If it's a good joke, like, I'm going to laugh at the joke. Like,
sure.
But like I say, if you say, the only thing that makes me see red is if you insult my wife or kids. Anything about me, I could care less.
No, but also, like, some of that stuff, too, I think it's context. If it's someone you know who's making the joke towards you, I'm sure DeMarcus Cousins would take a joke all day. It's when you don't know me, you don't know anything about me. I'm here in this basketball league I probably don't even want to be in. And now I got a guy sitting courtside who's like cussing me out or saying something to me that you have to have some level of respect to realize if you don't like the guy's play on the thing, or you want to say, you suck, you're losing, whatever. Maybe there's a little bit of that gets a little over the line. But I can guarantee you, whatever was said here, it was not just a fan going, boo you, DeMarcus Cousins, your team is no good, I say. Like, there's no way it was that level for him to get to this point. Like, it's, yeah, you gotta keep it.
He walked him down. He walked him down.
No, and then if you see him when he's in the tunnel, if you go watch these videos, I mean, when they throw the beer on him,
they wrestled him to the ground.
If they didn't do that, he would have been in the stands. And he's probably at the end of it, probably thankful that they did wrestle him down, because it would be a much bigger issue for him if they had.
Joe in the chat says that Puerto Rican sports fans are nuts. Cousins is lucky he just got a drink thrown on him. He's really lucky and smart he didn't go into the stands and start a fight.
Yeah, I don't think that never goes well. Don't do that. Aaron Rodgers remains annoying. I'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Wednesday. For folks over in Etna, we are noticing another crash over in your area. The right shoulder is blocked on 70 West at State Route 310, the Etna Pataskala exit there because of a crash right now. Not noticing a lot of delays, but again, that right shoulder is blocked, so take extra precaution as you step out the door this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money britches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
Hey, my phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Everybody today in America is trying to get healthy. I'm doing it, you're doing it. There's people out there everywhere, and most people, they don't feel good. And so when you don't feel good, what do? You go to the doctor, there's pills, there's steroids, there's surgery. You don't want to deal with any of that. You don't want to be put on the shelf. You don't want to put things in your body that you do not enjoy. So here's what you need to do. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics, just like I did. My body was beaten up, so was my dad's. We went to QC Kinetics. They're not into the quick fixes. They're going to go there and they're going to diagnose you and find regenerative treatments with your own body's healing power to help heal that damaged tissue. And so you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to do the things you'll love again, and that's perfect because it's summertime. So listen, they're going to go right to the source of it at the cellular level. So give them a call at 380-208-4544 or go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have offices all over Ohio. So go check them out today.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
For a lot of us, saving up a down payment can be the biggest barrier to buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus. Because everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
Evan Cohen here. When you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. Then you have to squeeze in between the desk and your bed, eke out 2 push-ups, and call it a day. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover their fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and do some weightlifting to prepare you to carry your team on your back all day. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. Andrew Abbott allowed just 3 hits in the first complete game of his career, and Spencer Steer had an RBI single in the 5th for the lone run of the night as the Reds beat the Guardians 1-0 last night in Cleveland. The Redlegs improved to 5-0 on the season over the Guardians. They aim for the 3-game sweep and their 6th straight win today. First pitch at Progressive Field is at 1:10 this afternoon. The NBA Finals resume tonight with Game 3 in Indianapolis between the Indiana Pacers and Oklahoma City Thunder. Tip-off is at 8:30 tonight. The series is even at 1 game apiece. Meanwhile, the Stanley Cup Final continues tomorrow night down in Sunrise, Florida for Game 4. That's where the Panthers lead the Oilers 2-1. This update is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Are you swimming in debt? With rates as low as 8.99% APR, you can save your summer with a debt consolidation loan. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate.
The next time Tyvis hits a home run in softball will be the first time Tyvis hits a home run in softball. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Sign of a good update, Anchor, when you can almost have it go off the road.
Almost.
And then you just grab that wheel,
I think it did.
pump a little gas through the accelerator, and just spin out of it and keep on it going. That's right, Bodie. Way to hit that. By the way, Ohio sports fans, you can turn your passion into serious action with Prime Sportsbook Ohio. They are bringing you a massive welcome deposit match offer. We tell you about it all the time. You put your initial deposit in up to $400. They will match it with up to $400 of bonus bets. Whatever you put in, that's the amount you get in bonus bets. Those bonus bets, by the way, good for up to a year. So you can go put your money in now. You can place some wagers maybe on some basketball or hockey tournament finals that are going on, maybe some college baseball if you want to. Whatever floats your boat, it's all there. But then you've got the bonus bets waiting for you in the fall when football starts up. It's a good idea to go do it now if you want to get in on that. That is all via the Prime Sports Ohio app or by going to primesportsbook.com to get started. Must be in Ohio. Additional terms and conditions apply. And you must be 21 and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please play responsibly. Tyvis, did you see that Aaron Rodgers made his debut at Steelers mandatory minicamp?
Yes.
He's back. He's in.
It's great. Great for them. I'm glad that they can finally put that behind him.
Yeah, I'm just glad now that we don't have to hear talking heads arguing about why isn't he there? He's a bad human for not being there. I mean, like, you can say what you want about Aaron Rodgers. I don't defend him. I think he sucks as a human personally, but I don't think it has anything to do with him as him not being at camp. Like, I just got sick of all the coverage every day of like, will he or won't he? Well, now he is. So we can at least finish with that. Now we can just focus on, will he be any good or not with the Steelers, which is a whole different question. And my biggest fear is that he will be good and he will rediscover a little bit of what he had the second half of last year, where he kind of started to look like maybe a little bit of the old Aaron Rodgers. They give him that for a whole year with that defense. That makes me sick to my stomach. I hope he does.
Well, they got to pay T.J. Watt now. So
they're going to pay him. They have to.
What if they didn't?
They're stupid. They're the Steelers. They wouldn't do that. They're dumb. They typically don't do dumb things.
What if Jack Sawyer is the next T.J. Watt?
That would also hurt me. It would hurt my soul. Because then I would have to deal with it. Speaking of souls, Aaron Rodgers had something to say about why this decision, it wasn't an ego thing for him to go to the Steelers. It had to do with something deeper than that, because of course it does. He's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. Like, I don't need it for my ego. I don't need it to keep playing. A lot of decisions that I've made over my career and life from strictly the ego, even if they turn out well, are always unfulfilling. But the decisions made from the soul are usually pretty fulfilling. So this was a decision that was best for my soul. And I felt like being here with Coach T and the guys I got here and the opportunity here was the best for me. And I'm excited to be here.
All right. So it's not about playing football. It's because it's good for his soul. Chicken soup for Aaron Rodgers' soul. That's what the Steelers are. That's fine.
Listen, he different. Like,
yeah, he's different.
That's the thing. He different. I understand what he's saying, but he just don't say it right. And I think that's what gets me about him, that he purposely does this. So you have to dig deeper. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, this is exactly why I have a problem with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the guy who says, I don't know why you guys care so much about everything I say. Now, let me go on Pat McAfee for an hour and talk about things that make no sense. And then everyone questions, like, what are you getting at? What are you talking about? Or when you throw things out there, which he has in the past, that are nonsensical, like where he's accused like Jimmy Kimmel of things. And it's like, what are you doing? Then he gets mad when everybody questions why he said that. He did this a little bit yesterday too, where he shows up to camp with the Steelers wearing a wedding ring. It was noticeable he's out there wearing a ring. And so, of course, reporters say, hey, I noticed you have a ring on. Is that a wedding ring? And he goes, yeah, it is. And they're like, how long have you been married? Because, of course, no one has any info on his personal life. He doesn't have to give it. He said, a couple months now. And it's like, right. So now you're one of the most high-profile athletes in America. You showed up to camp where you were mysteriously absent for 2 months, where you could have been with the team. You weren't. Then you come in and say, this wedding ring? You want to? Oh, yeah, I do. I got married. They know that. You know that's going to be big news. Instead of just putting out a statement saying, hi, I recently got married. Here's an Instagram photo. Here's her name. We've been dating for a few years. She's the love of my life.
He's trying trying to protect her. Maybe.
No, he's not. No, he wants you to ask him questions so then he can go, why do you guys care about my personal life so much? Stop prying. Yeah. That's what, because you make it like that. You started off with the mystery box and you're surprised when people poke at it and go, what's in here? That's what drives me crazy about Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't understand where the attention comes from. And then every other day he does something to add more attention onto his head. Why do you want that? Just put out something that says, hey, we got married a few months ago. This is her name. She's a lovely person.
So are you insinuating that he is attention seeker, but he acts like he doesn't want the attention.
100% yes. That is exactly.
I hate people like that.
Exactly.
Actually.
That's why I hate him, among other reasons. He's just annoying. That whole thing, like all of the last couple of years, where he would say, I don't understand why people care so much about my personal life. Now, I'm going to go on Pat McAfee and talk for an hour every week. Was that good for your soul, Aaron Rodgers, or was that because he gave you $1 million to go on that show and do that? Which one was it?
I need to know. Didn't he? I think he had something going on with like somebody death or cancer or something in his family.
Well, they said that. So this was the thing, right? Was people said, why is he gone? And the answer was, he's got some stuff going on in his personal life with his inner circle. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, what is it? And then we really didn't get a big answer on that. Then he shows up at camp with a wedding ring, and it's like, oh, yeah, I got married a couple months ago. Well, was that it? I mean, is that... We don't know. Like, and I don't think he necessarily has to tell people, but what I don't understand is why you get mad when you are so private about your personal life that people are going to ask questions about it. If you don't want those questions, you could easily just put something out there, but he's the one who will get mad that people like have questions when he just gives them little dribs and drabs. Just say nothing. Don't wear the wedding ring. Say nothing. No one would have even known if he didn't have the wedding ring on. There would have been no questions about, hey, how's it going in your personal life? Are you married? He chose to do that to make us. Guys go all the time and don't wear their wedding rings while they're playing, right? They don't, just because they don't want to lose them. You could easily go out there and not wear your wedding ring.
You got this. You see that? You see that rubber right there?
I have one too. So I know.
They not hearing that. You know, did you remember the day I was in a panic because I lost the rubber ring?
But if he had put a piece of tape over it, no one would have even noticed. No one would have even noticed.
No.
He wants you to know so that you ask the questions.
You don't know his spouse.
You're right,
she
don't.
She might not play that. You trying to think you out here think you still got it. That's what she gonna accuse
on the
him.
Football field?
No.
What does he think? Someone's gonna run over and propose to him right on the football field? No.
He's like Aaron Rodgers.
I know, but still, you could just tape it up. I'm saying if you don't want people to know your personal life, there's ways to hide that, which he obviously is very good at. But then this is what Aaron Rodgers does. He shows up and gives you a little bit.
Michael Jordan's the best.
No, that's true. I agree with that. God, you're right. There's so many things with Michael Jordan that we find out later, and it's like, oh, wait, he did what? Never knew about him when he was playing.
LeBron's pretty good at that.
Yeah, that's true. You don't hear a lot about LeBron you hear like from his Twitter and his social media, stuff like that, but you don't hear a lot about, other than his kid. Well, you do hear a lot about his kids. Actually, we're wrong. LeBron, his personal life's all out there. But you're right. Like, there's not a ton of stuff with him and his wife. Like
that's unavoidable, though, too.
Yeah,
isn't
his
it?
kids are all good athletes.
Yeah,
what are you
when you go
supposed to
play
do?
at USC, and I know he wasn't necessarily great at USC and whatnot, and he had some of his health issues, but
yeah, that's true. But it's like you're right. Like that's stuff that other than those things where your kids are just out there and one of them is named after you and everyone kind of follows them. Yeah, you're right. You don't see him every week out, him and his wife at like red carpet events constantly. He does keep himself kind of private in that way, I guess, as much as you can when you're LeBron James. Coming up next, we're going to talk to Heather Dinich from ESPN. She joins us to break down the implications of that NCAA House settlement that now is out there. What does this mean for college football? We'll discuss it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still noticing a crash happening in the downtown area for you, just west of the Scioto River. The right shoulder is still blocked on State Route 315 North at US 33 Long Street right there because of that crash. A little bit of slowdowns, but nothing too concerning for your Wednesday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone letting you know that Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin has everything you need for your backyard this summer. They've got a huge selection of poly outdoor furniture built to last, never needs refinished, perfect for the lazy among us. Want to get the kids outside? Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings has quality-built play sets that you can configure any way you like. Plus, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is your trusted source for Weaver Barnes in Central Ohio. Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin or online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. And, of course, tell them T-Bone sent you.
I think I just wrote the song of the summer. Listen. That's just you drinking a Big Gulp from Speedway. And just 89 cents for any size with Speedy Rewards? That's a hit. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 6/24/25. See app for full terms.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Now is the time to get your body right. Stop going through life dealing with pain. Remember the good days where you were able to play sports with your friends? Now you're losing to your kids in activity. It's time to take the crown back. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell for QC Kinetics. They are different. These are not quick fixes. This is a revolutionary treatment that works to give your body long-term relief. You'll meet face-to-face with Dr. Aaron Wilkoff and the QC Kinetics medical team. They'll teach you how their regenerative treatment takes your body's own healing power and helps heal and restore your damaged tissue. These are well-respected protocols that include potent and powerful cellular level treatments. QC Kinetics has helped myself and tens of thousands of people right here in the Columbus area. They'll get to the root of your pain and fix it. You will be showing your kids who's boss, just like old times. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
The Buckeyes are national champions. And you listen to it all right here on The Fan. And next year when they do it again, it'll be here on The Fan. And the year after that, well, you know the drill. Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
There will be some hazy skies continuing from the wildfire smoke, but mostly clear skies to start, giving way to a sunny day with our afternoon highs soaring in the mid to low 80s. Mostly clear skies tonight with lows down into the 60s, and then for Thursday, mostly sunny yet again, and even warmer as highs soar to right around 90 degrees, so don't forget the sunscreen. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Just a reminder, Tyvis thinks all pizza tastes the same. Also a reminder, Tyvis was born without taste buds. You're listening to Bone and Tyvis.
We are efforting Heather Dinich. We'll talk to her in just a moment from ESPN about this NCAA House settlement. Tyvis, I saw this, by the way, and I should have brought it up earlier. You know Buc-ee's, the gas station?
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Buc-ee's.
I've never been, but I want to go.
They're all over the South. They're the size of like grocery stores.
Yes,
these things,
that's
right?
what they say.
They have 100 gas pumps. They make brisket at 3 a.m. for you. It's great. I found out there had been a thing a few years ago where they said they're going to put one in Ohio. And so I had then heard that it's going near Huber Heights out by Dayton.
Yep.
Right off the freeway, which is where they usually are. And I saw this like 6 months or a year ago. They said, they're having trouble figuring out the site and they're arguing over who pays for the plumbing and, the city and the county. Everybody's arguing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went and researched it yesterday. It's being built. There's shovels in the ground. There's cranes and stuff moving dirt around, all that, everything. Apparently, they're saying it'll be ready next summer. So we have a year left.
Are you willing to?
Where the state of Ohio doesn't have a Buc-ee's, but soon.
So let me get this right. You know how you and I talk about driving a far distance for something. Are you willing to go drive? What is that?
That's like an hour and a half, probably out there.
Drive an hour for some Buc-ee's brisket.
Tyvis, I drive 40 minutes for work every day. Of course, I would drive an hour and a half to go to a Buc-ee's. Are you kidding me? I hope. I don't know how the corporate, overlords here will look at it, but if there's any sense in the world, you and I will be broadcasting live from opening day. We will be out there, even though it's not in our DMA. It's not in our market per se. Why not? Let's go.
You want to do a live show for Buc-ee's?
Absolutely. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'd be out there for a week straight if they wanted me out there.
How many cars we'll see in that day?
Thousands.
Yes.
Like they will be nonstop. I don't know if she's ever been to a Buc-ee's, but Heather Dinich is on the line with us from ESPN. Heather, you travel a lot for college football. You ever stop into one of those Buc-ee's gas stations?
Man, I'm a sports writer. Of course I've been to a Buc-ee's.
See, that's what I thought. Buc-ee's are great. We love them. We're getting one in Ohio, apparently, so we're really thrilled about that. Can't wait for it. I don't know.
That's big news.
Yeah, I don't know how much money they make. I don't know if they make as much as the NCAA does at this point, or the college football powers that be, but that House settlement now allowing for direct payments to athletes, what percentage do you think of each of these like power conference schools, what percentage of that $20.5 million do you estimate is probably going to go towards the football team, if you had to guess from who you've talked to?
Oh, probably 85%, because you're going to divvy a small percentage up to men's basketball, smaller percentage to women's basketball, and then I think roughly around 5% for Olympic sports, and then anything else. So the bulk of it is going to the revenue generators. I think one of the things I'm most curious about is some of the schools where even football is secondary to basketball maybe, or there are some schools out there where their baseball teams are fantastic and their football teams are not. Do they lean more heavily towards that? But I would say overall, in general, you're looking at anywhere between 80 and 90% to the football teams. But these are all going to raise questions about Title IX down the road as well.
So let's stick to the football standpoint of it. How does this change if all teams are operating under a salary cap? When it comes to like recruiting, are they going to still be able to get all of the 5 stars, like a place like Ohio State? Let's say they usually get 5 to 6 5 stars. Would they be able to afford that, or would they have to look at some 3 stars that's a little cheaper and go that route to all fit under the cap?
No, the schools that are getting the elite players are going to continue to get the elite players. Here's where the biggest questions are, and this is how this is going to work. This is what listeners need to know. So let's just use Ohio State for an example. You've got $20.5 million cap, basically, to spend on your entire athletic department players. In theory, Ross Bjork, the athletic director at Ohio State, could say, I'm going to give Julian Sayin, the quarterback, $3 million. But what that does is it takes him down to $17.5 million to spread around with everybody else. So they're probably not going to do that. So where do they go for the rest of that money? Well, we go back to the NIL. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Any deal over $600 has to go through an NIL clearinghouse and has to be reported. The question, guys, is who is making your quarterback report it? What happens if he doesn't? How do they track it? And what's going to stop a booster from Venmoing anyone $1 million, right? So we're back to the bag man days, right? I talked to an AD about this yesterday. Like, how is this going to work? We're going back to the old days where they're just paying players under the table. Who's going to regulate this? And the answer is, I don't know.
Right. Well, and Heather Dinich joining us here on the Brian Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I read your article talking about the Brian Seeley being appointed as the CEO of the new College Sports Commission. That feels like the toughest job in sports right now because the NCAA was in shambles at the end as far as enforcement goes. It wasn't probably the organization that it used to be in that regard, but it still had like a massive amount of people who worked there in infrastructure, guidelines, all these things. Now you're starting up a completely new commission, someone who's worked in baseball, who probably has a lot of great experience, but now he's coming into this sport and has to oversee it. And now they're in charge of approving every deal over $600, or at least keeping track of if the schools are being up and up about that. There's only 120 plus FBS schools, let alone all the other sports you have to worry about. How in the world are they going to do this?
It sounds so overwhelming, doesn't it? I mean, and think about it. This is an online system, right, where you put this information into a computer and it files it, and we're talking about the computer system. And then the question is, how long does it take to turn around and enact the punishments? What are they, and how do they sort it? You know, these are, and to your point of how overwhelming it is a great one, and we're going to see how this all unfolds over the next year. The question also is the human element on the other side. I feel like we're talking about the selection committee. We got the human element, we got the computer system going on here. And on the human side, those people have to be able to recognize, okay, Arch Manning is getting $50,000 for this legitimate deal with, let's just say, Red Bull, right? And Drew Aller at Penn State is getting $50,000 for this deal with Nike or whatever it may be. Legitimate business opportunities with legitimate companies that go through and in theory would be approved, even though they're well over $600. But then you have a quarterback put something in the system that's maybe $3 million. That should red flag. Why? Because Drew Aller and Arch Manning are two of the best quarterbacks in the country this year, probably eventually top 5 NFL draft picks. And then you've got another quarterback who's way down on the list submitting $3 million. You understand what I'm saying? There's got to be somebody on the other side who knows the value of the players in addition to the value of the business transaction and the companies that are going on. So you've got that aspect of it. But you know what, guys? The thing is that this enforcement arm, I am told, is going to have much more power than the NCAA ever had. And the turnaround time is going to be much faster, like 45 days. And the athletes are getting paid, and this is a better system, but there's a ton of questions that are going to unfold over the next year. That's why I don't think that there's going to be examples made out of people right away. I think that there's got to be a grace period for everyone involved to say, am I breaking the rules or not? Because I don't know what they are, to be honest.
Heather, you know, for the players that signed like NIL deals and all of these things before July 1st, does this, once July 1st hit and the new rules come into effect, does that affect the money that they already, or the deals that they've already signed?
See, that's one of the biggest questions I have, and I don't know the answer to that, because you have people like at Texas Tech making mad cash right now through boosters, and I think that those deals can see their way through. I think it's for next season and like from that date on where it starts to get regulated. That's my understanding of it.
No, it seems like a complicated process, and it seems like something that we're going to get 6 months in and find out. There were a couple schools who said, oh, what? Oh, we weren't allowed to do that? Whoopsie. That's our bad. It's a new system. You can't blame it. Meanwhile, that's like, well, they're 10-0 right now. Are we going to punish them, or are we going to let them fly with that? I don't know. It's a lot of good questions that come from it, Heather, but we appreciate your expertise on it. Thanks for taking some time this morning, okay?
You bet. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Heather Dinich from ESPN on the Brian Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Some bad news for Deion Sanders. We'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Noticing a lot of slowdowns as more people head into work this morning. Some areas of concern right now. West Jefferson 70 eastbound looking a little bit slower than usual, especially by the construction site over there. Good morning to all of our folks in the Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington area. If you're heading westbound on 33, we also have some delays for you there. But the big concern, I think, is over here on Bryce, over on the east side of the city here. Again, noticing those backups, just more people heading into work this morning. No accidents in either of these areas, though. I'm 10 TV's Brian Albizu with your fan traffic.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Get summer blockbuster savings at Coughlin Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Right now, take up to $6,000 off MSRP on any new Kia in stock. Plus, get free maintenance for a full year when you buy. Get any new Kia with up to $6,000 off MSRP. Visit CoglinKia.com.
Largest Kia dealer based on current ground stock at all 4 Coughlin Kia locations. 2025 Kia Sorento XY. MSRP $47,990. $3,000 Coughlin discount. $3,000 factory rebate. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. N7725.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Our thanks to Heather Dinich for jumping on, talking a little bit of that college football settlement money that's coming in. It's, I thought, illuminating, Tyvis. If you missed the interview, you can go find it on YouTube. We'll have it up there at the end of the show. Or, of course, you can get it wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. I thought it was illuminating when we asked Heather Dinich, how are they going to enforce this? And she's basically saying, no one knows. And she's as plugged in as anyone on this. She has talked to all these people who have done this system, essentially. She's talked to all those conference commissioners. And she's saying, they're hoping it'll work. But
this is a mess. Just let them pay him. Just pay him, and just
specifically with that college sports commission that's supposed to be the ones checking in on, are you paying players legitimately through real NIL deals that actually are on the up and up? And there will be plenty of schools who say, well, those are the rules. For the most part, we're going to follow them. Like, I tend to think, whether you believe this or not, maybe if you're not an Ohio State fan, you don't. But if you talk to Ryan Day, Ryan Day seems like the type of guy who says, I'd rather just follow the rules and be the best. Yeah. And that's, I mean, you worked closely with him on a lot of this stuff. Am I wrong on that? Like, that's more or less what the vibe I get from Ohio State is, no, we'll just be the best and try mostly to follow, within the world of college football, we're going to follow the rules.
It's so stressful because they're big on following the rules.
Right.
Even when I was doing that stuff, it was like, no, you can't do this. You can't say that. You can't, I'm like, well, you figure it out. That's the point. It's difficult, but they are very strict on following the rules there. So they definitely want to do it the right way because they understand that Ohio State is going to be great and you don't want to be penalized in any way. You don't want it to come back like, oh, you illegally did this, so we're going to suspend the coach. Like that's ridiculous. So they're very aware of what's going on and how you're handling your business, and it can make the job a lot harder than what it actually needs to be.
And by the way, I don't care honestly if they're breaking these rules, because these rules are I understand why the rules exist. I understand wanting to follow them. I think it's good that they want to do that. But I also know there will be at least a dozen schools that will come in after this year and go, oh, what? Whoops. I didn't, as Dave Chappelle once famously said, I didn't know I couldn't do that. like there's just going to be Connor Stallions isn't allowed to buy tickets to these games. We didn't know. That's our bad, Michigan. Well, we had him out there scouting. We didn't. Jim McIlvain let him walk along the sidelines in a disguise. Who knew that was illegal? I didn't know. Anyway, here's our national championship banner. Like, you're going to have a version of that with Texas Tech right now is loading up, like Heather Dinich said. They have got an oil tycoon out there. They're the ones that gave the softball player $1 million 2 times over.
Well, you can't compete with that oil money.
I'm saying, like, they are trying their best to bring that up quickly. Oklahoma is all in on what I'm not saying that I'm not saying these schools are going to bend the rules. I'm saying the rules exist and are going to be tested. And if the system in place doesn't immediately catch the offenders, then you're going to have more and more people say, well, they're kind of pushing the limits a little bit. Maybe we should too.
Could you imagine being a college kid and getting a Venmo for $1 million? Heather said this. Yeah, what's stopping somebody from Venmo you $1 million?
Yeah.
I feel like you sit there and your Venmo say you just received $1 million.
I'll tell you exactly what you do. You hit deposit to my account. You get it out of Venmo as quickly as possible. And then you'd say, okay.
They charge you a fee if you do it instantly.
But if you let it take 3 days, it's free. You know what? I'll pay the fee on like $50 because it's like $1. I'm not doing it on $1 million. I'm going to take the full 3 days on that. I'm going to let that all get in there. I'm not paying the 2% on $1 million. No, sir. I want all that money.
It could be there.
They're going to take it away with taxes anyway.
3 to 5 days.
That's fine. We can wait. It's $1 million. You said $1 million. Yeah, I'm going to wait.
I just wish she said that. I just thought about me being in college and thinking about getting a Venmo for $1 million. I'd shed tears. I'd cry.
Oh, I don't know. I would do something with an SH. I'd something my britches probably. That's what I thought you were saying for a second. I didn't know what was happening. Yes, I would shed some tears as well, Tyvis. That's exactly right. You okay over there? Why don't you squirt your head again? You probably need it at this point.
Man, I need to cool off.
Tyvis has had his surgery for the hair replacement therapy, and he has to squirt himself with water to kind of keep it, I don't know.
It's from itching.
Lubricated up there? Keep it from itching. That's right.
You want to do this a couple of times.
Yeah, so you don't have the dry skin. That's what causes the itching.
Correct.
Some bad news for Deion Sanders. Coach Prime is apparently at home in Texas dealing with an unspecified illness. Now, he's had a decent number of health issues over the last couple of years, right? Relating back to, I know he had a surgery, but then he had a blood clot
on the toe.
And yes, and then they had to take a couple of toes away, which then led to one of the greatest interviews I've ever seen, where Shannon Sharp, who obviously has his issues now, but at the time did an interview with Deion where he made fun of Deion not having any toes, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And Deion just is looking at him like, come on, man, are you really going to make fun of the fact that I lost my toes? And Shannon Sharp said, yes, I am. I'm going to keep going with it. Anyway, Deion, he had that issue. He's had some other issues. Now, apparently, he has an illness. His son, Deion Sanders Jr., said that he is at home with dad and said that he's resting and hopefully he'll be back soon. He said they're going to go back to Colorado here, hopefully in the next few days. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I know you have to deal with your personal health issues, but if you're leading a college football program, there's going to be questions about, is Deion all right? Is he okay to keep on being the coach? So when you're the head coach, that's going to come up in recruiting.
Yeah. I mean, that's especially when you're dealing with guys that literally just got out of the hospital or had to be rushed to, get taken care of. It's like, okay, because people right now, if I'm going to Colorado, it's because of Deion.
Of course.
So if Deion is potentially not going to be there, and don't get me wrong, in recruit, they be knowing that. They will tell you that, like, he ain't going to be there that much longer. Look, he's got health issues. Come on here. Like, that's going to be something that other schools are going to use against these recruits. So he got to find a way to get back on that sideline. And, hopefully, whatever his health condition is, hopefully it's something that can be fixed and he can go on to be coaching, because I think he's doing some good stuff there in Colorado. He's made Colorado relevant again, and it'd be a shame if they lost him because of some health issues.
Yeah, he canceled a speaking engagement to Deion Sanders that was scheduled a couple days ago in Florida at the Sickle Cell Disease Research and Educational Symposium. They had said at the time, due to a personal matter, he was not able to attend, but they hope to have him back there in the future. Deion Jr., his son, said he'll tell you all soon enough what he's going through, what he went through. When we get back to Boulder, I don't know. I'm waiting until my dad leaves. When he leaves, then I'll go. Until then, I'm going to sit here with him. But it sounds like maybe some of this has already happened, and he's just recovering from whatever it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully he gets to be better. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Deion Sanders. I think a lot of people don't like him, quite honestly, because they didn't like as a player that he had like a personality and that he was good enough to back up the personality. Now as a coach, I mean, he says a lot of things. He's very boastful. But why? If you were Deion Sanders, wouldn't you be too? I mean, I know a lot of people say they wouldn't, but that's because most of us have never had the opportunity to be that good. When you are a Hall of Famer in the NFL and also a pro baseball player who, in the World Series that he played in with the Braves, which they lost, he was their best player. That was a series where he was going back and forth playing football and baseball, and Tim McCarver was yelling at him. But if I were him, I'd be bragging too. So I don't blame him at all for kind of having that attitude. If I was him,
I'd be like Kirk Signetti. Google me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
That's what I would be like.
And you know what? People hate Kurt Signetti too.
You know what I found out?
He was good last year. We'll find out what year 2 says.
My wife told me that I'm arrogant.
Arrogant?
And I think that is just the furthest thing from the truth.
Well, I mean, you believe in yourself.
Well, I mean,
that's
supposed to.
No, but like arrogance and believing in yourself, I think, are very.
My wife told me that she thinks I'm arrogant, and I looked at her like she was crazy.
I don't
say it was an insult to me.
I've never known you to be someone who would like purposely, like, arrogant to me is I have to insert myself into everything and I have to be like the center of attention. I don't think you're that. But I do think, when you say things like, I could probably go into a major league, like, you believe in yourself. You say you're going to steal a base in a major league baseball game.
That is the truth. That's what that is. That is the truth.
Okay.
Ruth.
What I mean is, if you believe in yourself, right, you have to do this job. To do pro sports, to be a great athlete like you were, you have to believe in yourself. Yeah. Because every day there's people trying to take that from you. So you have to believe in yourself over that. Then when you come into this business and you turn on a microphone and say, I've got an opinion that people want to hear, you kind of have to be a little arrogant or a belief in yourself that people should want to hear what I have to say.
So you agree that I'm arrogant?
I believe you have a strong belief in yourself, and that some people could view that as being arrogant.
Lauren wins again.
Well, you know what, though? She's your wife. She knows you better than any of us. So
she don't know me because I don't know myself.
Wow. That's deep. Bodie, did you know we had Nostradamus in here? I didn't realize. We're like doing some deep level philosophizing right now.
You can't know me because I don't know myself, Tebow.
That's right. Got to know yourself first. I agree with you. That's part of getting married early. You start to find out who you are after you get married, and now you gotta deal with that with your partner. So I've been married almost 20 years. Be 20 years this year.
It'd be 5 for me.
Let's see. Yeah, you got married probably around the same age that I did.
I got married at 26.
Okay, I got married at 23. But
okay,
yeah,
you jumped off the porch early.
Well, I was trying. Well, I had to. She's an older woman, so I couldn't wait. I had to.
My wife is exactly 3 months older than me.
See, I tease Melissa.
I like them older.
Melissa, she robbed the cradle with me. She is literally a month older than me. So that's exactly why I say that. I'm going to let her hear that every single day of our lives. Crosstalk and the buzzer is next. We will talk with Bo Bishop coming up. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, we are noticing an incident right now for folks over in Gahanna. The right shoulder is blocked right now. I-270 south, just beyond Easton Way because of a disabled vehicle. Crews on the scene. Still a very active situation. Again, noticing those slowdowns. The road is open, though, so just make sure you pack that patience as you're heading into this area this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinder Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HinderMotorCompany.com.
This summer, elevate your backyard barbecue game with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus in Dublin. Experience the power of Napoleon's infrared sizzle zone, reaching up to 1,800 degrees in just 30 seconds for that perfect steakhouse sear. Stay connected with the Napoleon Home app. Monitor up to 3 temperature probes, all from your smartphone. Built to last with premium steel, the grilling season never ends with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus. Visit Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin and transform your patio into a gourmet grilling paradise.
Trust. It's something we all value, but also something that's hard to earn, especially when it comes to your home. In a city like Columbus with so many contractors to choose from, how do you know who to trust with one of your biggest investments? At Newman Roofing, we believe trust starts with character and continues with consistent results. As a family-owned and operated company, we built our reputation on hiring good people, value-driven professionals who treat your home with the same care and respect they'd give their home. Our team is committed to delivering a true white glove experience. That means paying attention to the details, communicating clearly, and doing the job right the first time. We use only the highest quality products, installed with precision and backed by proven techniques. That's how we ensure you'll feel confident not just today, but for years to come. And we don't just ask you to take our word for it. With over 770 five-star reviews on Google, you can read story after story from homeowners just like you who trusted Newman Roofing and had their expectations exceeded. When it comes to roofing, gutters, or siding, call the local company built around family, values, and integrity. Newman Roofing. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the dopes at The Fan.
Most people in radio commercials talk really fast. But we made this one for RV owners. Progressive knows they like the slower pace of RV life, like this commercial. And they know Progressive will protect their RV at a fair price with discounts. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The Home Depot has fast, free delivery on the perfect gift to help Dad do more this Father's Day. Because Dad is more than just a dad. He's groundskeeper of the yard, the perfecter of the patio, and the cleaner of the clippings. Power Dad's doing with Ryobi cordless outdoor power tools from the Home Depot. Like the Ryobi 40-volt string trimmer kit for $159. For everything Dad is, find the perfect gift at the Home Depot. Subject to availability, see homedepot.com/delivery for more details.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Thanks for checking in today. You can follow us on Twitter at Bone and Tyvis971. Now joining us via his many ways of joining us. It is Bo Bishop.
That's right.
From Bishop and Friends. How you doing, Bo?
Oh, what's this bright orb in the sky, guys?
I know. I'm not used to it, right?
What is this thing, man? Is it dangerous? Is it going to cause us harm?
I heard you talking the other day about how spring in Ohio is just, it's just a waste. Why
This has been
even
the
have
worst.
it?
I had somebody, it's funny, I just had somebody reach out to me on social, Chip, and I think this is about right. He says, as a lifelong Ohio resident, I agree with you on spring. I would actually contend that Ohio doesn't have spring, but just a lengthened winter season that eventually dies out and we get summer. This year, I think he's got it.
Yeah.
I think he nailed it.
I mean, I feel like the last couple days walking around where it was in the 60s and sunny and almost peaking into 70, and I felt like, all right, that is what I would consider spring, but it's June. It's not supposed to be doing that, and that's over, by the way. It's just going to go up from here. Like, so maybe we got a couple days of it, but yeah, that and the rain is apparently what our spring is now.
We got like 2 days of what Santa Barbara is every day.
Oh, trust me.
68 to 72 and full of sun.
Yeah.
This is the most old conversation I've ever heard in my life.
You'll see. Wait till those little princesses of yours are playing youth sports in the spring and every game's canceled.
Oh, trying to plot that
would
out.
be bad.
Yeah, good luck.
Would be bad.
See how much you like it.
By the way, everything got pushed. Well, first of all, we had a longer, I would say, fall. I feel like the winter time didn't start.
Fall here's the best.
Didn't start for quite some time. Like the snow didn't fall. Mm-hmm. And then I would say usually it's supposed to be April showers bring May flowers. Mm-hmm. It was like May/June was the rainy month. So
it was called This is a Flood. That's what it was. The farmers can't plant. None of your plants are growing. It's all soaked. I was damp for 3 months, Bo. That's not supposed to happen.
No.
I lived in Seattle, so it was nothing to me.
I got neighbors building an ark. I mean, that's what's been going on. We got rowboats here, guys, trying to get around.
They call it a yacht where you are, Bo, I believe.
No.
That's what
No, oars. Still have oars.
Okay, that's
the Norsemen.
Good. That's good. Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm seeing just all of this stuff with the college football landscape. And I know you've kind of, when I've listened to you guys talk about it, you've kind of questioned whether or not people actually, like fans, care about that. And I think that is I know where you're coming from on that. Mm-hmm. We talked with Heather Dinich a little bit earlier today, and she brought up how she genuinely thinks there's just going to be a bunch of people just Venmoing college kids like $1 million and be like, "Whoops, was that against the rules? I didn't know. My bad." And that's this first year may just be a little bit weird with all the enforcement that's not there.
Yeah, I think they want to make it appear that they're doing something without really doing much. But I do think that I was talking to DeJuan Jones yesterday, and I said, are you going to get something out of this? And he goes, yeah, man, I think I'm going to get like $100K. And I went, God bless. That's fantastic. So
thank you, Bo. Thank you for rubbing it in. I appreciate it.
I dropped your name to him. I go, you know Tyvis well, and he got a big smile on his face. I said, he quit playing in 2015, right? You could have come back. You had eligibility.
Bo, I don't want to hear that right now.
You had eligibility.
I don't want to hear that.
You could have been a captain again. I mean, like, come on, man.
We talked earlier today. What if? We talked earlier today.
I've never been more disgusted in my life.
If NIL had existed, Tyvis Powell would have been back with the NIL and probably, who knows, from there. But then, no one could have known it was going to go this way. But we were speculating earlier in like the week, what would it be like for that settlement? Would it be 10 grand, 12 grand? Yeah. If we're talking six figures, that's an amazing.
That's what DeJuan said.
That's what I've been telling y'all. That's what I've been hearing.
He's getting like 100 grand. Yeah. That's free money. That part's so that's good. I mean, that part's good. I don't know. I think it's a delicate thing we do because the sport has changed, and I said this on our show. Like, I don't want to be flip. Like, they're paying them now, so that's new. But also, like, it's not a cure-all. It's not a catch-all. And I've talked to you guys both ad nauseum about it. I just don't see any scenario how anything short of privatizing the athletic departments and going to an NFL model for football. We did the thing yesterday. We went through like the Ohio State men's sports, and you just said, well, how many of these make sense? And it feels like you're starting to pick. I don't mean it to sound like I'm picking on some of these sports, but like, for the rifle, did we need to go to Alaska?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
what are we doing?
There's like 36 varsity sports.
Yeah, they got to run it like a business. Texas has 17. Yeah. Ohio State has more men's sports than Texas has total.
That's right,
tough.
and it sucks because there are a lot of great sports there, and there are a lot of, like, Ohio State does them all very well, but there's going to come a point where they're going to cut that. Well, I know you have a lot of that coming up, and the Ohio Cup updates we're all waiting for. coming up next.
No, what's that? What's that? Is that what the soccer team did last night with Switzerland? Was that the Ohio Cup?
No, we don't want to. Who? U.S. Did they play?
Nothing's changed in 30 years,
They
Bone.
definitely didn't lose 4-0 to Switzerland in a tune-up match for the Concafa or whatever Pat McAfee likes to call it.
Thank you both for ruining my morning. I appreciate it.
That's all right.
Would have been nice to have a nice.
He's got an hour-long meeting after this, so that it's more ruined than it already was. All right, but we'll listen in 9 to noon. Bishop and Friends buzzer time. Let's do it.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
Well, this makes sense, Tyvis. Lee Corso, final game as the broadcaster there on the college game day. He is doing the headgear pick. And, of course, his last game will be the first game of the college football season that ESPN does this for. They're coming to Ohio State for the Texas game. And that means Lee Corso will do his final headgear pick at the place where it all started, where he put on the Brutus Buckeye hat all those many years ago.
So that means that he has no choice but to put the Brutus Buckeye.
I mean, I would think that's how that goes.
He knows that the world thinks that, which means he's going to shock us and put on Texas.
I saw that Desmond Howard, they had a video, nice little video tribute to Lee, showing all the different picks he's made and just had everybody on the desk talking about how Lee Corso has affected college football. And like Herbie was saying, this guy has changed broadcasting, and Fowler's on there saying, like, you can't even imagine what college sports on TV would be like without Lee Corso. He changed the way the thing's done. Then they got to Desmond Howard, and he was like, he was really nice to me when I got here. And it's just like, great. Make it about yourself. That's Desmond Howard in a nutshell.
Is he arrogant?
Oh, he's not my guy. Put it that way. And that's all I'll say about that. Anyway, God bless the Lee Corso. Glad he gets to do one more of these before it's all said and done. All right, that's it for us. Bishop and Friends is next. We will catch you tomorrow. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Wednesday. I do want to give a heads up for folks all the way east in Granville this morning. We are noticing some road repairs and maintenance happening in your area. The right lane is currently blocked on State Route 37 West at Columbus Road. Once again, because of some repairs and maintenance, crews are on scene right now, so make sure to pack a little bit of extra time this morning if you're making your way out there, and be aware of those crew members as you step out the door this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brian Albizu. Make it a great day.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Everybody today in America is trying to get healthy. I'm doing it, you're doing it. There's people out there everywhere. And most people, they don't feel good. And so when you don't feel good, what do? You go to the doctor, there's pills, there's steroids, there's surgery. You don't want to deal with any of that. You don't want to be put on the shelf. You don't want to put things in your body that you do not enjoy. So here's what you need to do. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics, just like I did. My body was beaten up, so was my dad's. We went to QC Kinetics. They're not into the quick fixes. They're going to go there and they're going to diagnose you and find regenerative treatments with your own body's healing power to help heal that damaged tissue. And so you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to do the things you'll love again, and that's perfect because it's summertime. So listen, they're going to go right to the source of it at the cellular level. So give them a call at 380-208-4544 or go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have offices all over Ohio. So go check them out today.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks, trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, pork back ribs or Tyson boneless chicken breasts are on sale for $2.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Bobcat National Sales Event is happening now at Bobcat Enterprises. Get up to $10,000 in rebates or choose financing as low as 0% for 60 months on the industry's most comfortable compact loaders. See Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard, Reynoldsburg, or Zanesville today for incredible savings during the National Sales Event and find the current specials and full line of products at bobcatent.com. Some restrictions apply. Length of contract and rate may vary. Offer ends June 30th, 2025. Bobcat Enterprises, celebrating 50 years of serving you.
Lindsay Automotive is Central Ohio's big certified pre-owned outlet. LindsayCertified.com makes it easy to find the right car at the right price. All models include certified warranties and inspections, new car financing, and more.
Up to 1,000 pre-owned to choose from.
No matter what kind of vehicle you're looking for, Lindsay has it. Cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You'll love the shopping experience, whether online or in person.
Shop LindsayCertified.com.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a gift from the Home Depot, because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
Evan Cohen here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows. Binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on the warm weather vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take your shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5heshot.com for full details and rules and to enter today. No purchase